Live on a Sunday afternoon, it's Utah Grizzlies hockey, as it's the last of 3 straight road games as the Grizzlies are at BOK Center to take on the Tulsa Oilers. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Utah Grizzlies hockey. I'm Tyson Whiting. I'm hanging out at the Grizz Cave just inside the Maverick Center, just outside the Grizzlies team store. The Grizzlies are one time zone to my left as they're at BOK Center to complete a 2-game weekend series against the Oilers. It's the 4th of 10 meetings between the clubs this year. Utah swept Tulsa in a 2-game set at Maverick Center in the first weekend of the regular season. Last night, the Grizz fell 6-3, but Brian Yoon had an outstanding performance for the Grizz as he had 1 goal and 1 assist. Brett Stapley had 2 assists, and Jordan Martell and Jacob Semick each added a goal for Utah, but the Oilers had 2 goals from Alec Butcher and a Gordie Howe hat trick from Jackson Weeb. And the Oilers contributed on the special teams. They went 2 for 3 on the power play, while Utah was 1 for 2. Grizz looking for their first road victory of the season. They're currently 0-5 away from Maverick Center. The Oilers have been a pretty good team at home. They've got a record of 6-4-2 at BOK Center. Oilers have a standing point in 8 of their last 10 games. For the Grizzlies, they are 4-6 in their last 10 contests. So we'll see if the Grizzlies can get it done this afternoon. They got Dante Januzzi in net. He'll be going up against, I believe, Jensen June. As the only change to the Tulsa lineup is Dante Sheriff replaces Calvin Watson. For the Grizzlies, they're rolling with the same 17 skaters they did in each of the first 2 games of this series. So it should be a lot of fun this afternoon. It's the Grizzlies and the Oilers meeting for the 4th time this year. Utah has had success against Tulsa recently as they are 7-2 in their last 9 games against the Oilers. We'll come back and talk about some of the key storylines for the Grizzlies here on the Sunday afternoon as Dante Januzzi will get the start in net. He's looking for his first professional win, but he's been outstanding for Utah as he's got a .924 save percentage in 3 pro games. We're in business on a Sunday afternoon, and you're listening to the Grizzlies Hockey Network, presented by Rio Tinto Kennecott.
This isn't just copper. It's our job. It's food on our families' tables. Without it, we couldn't stay in touch. It's what keeps our homes warm. And our lights on. It's the power behind the team. And a greener, brighter future. This isn't just copper. It's a proud Utah and a strong America.
Welcome back to Utah Grizzlies hockey. I'm Tyson Whiting. Face off in about 10 minutes from now over at BOK Center. Well, there have been 3 instances this year where a Grizzlies skater has scored his first professional goal. 2 of them have come over the last 2 nights. Brian Yoon got his first professional goal with exactly 1 minute left in the first period against Allen on Friday night. Yoon also scored on Saturday night in Tulsa. He has 2 goals and 6 assists in 15 games this season. Yoon's also been outstanding for the Grizzlies defensively as he leads the club with a +6 rating. Last night, with it was 9:30 into the 3rd period, so a little bit less than halfway through the 3rd frame, Jacob Semick scored a big 3rd period goal for the Grizzlies to cut into the Tulsa lead 4-3. Semick scored 3 goals in his college career at Arizona State. He was a +1 last night, and he scored his first professional goal. And we mentioned there's 3 instances where a Grizzly player scored his first goal. Mick Messner on November 18th in Iowa scored his first professional goal. And that really jump-started Messner's strong play as he has 8 points, 3 goals, and 5 assists in his last 10 games. Well, for the Grizzlies to come out on top today, they're probably going to need their best players to be their best players. And you think about who the Grizzlies' best players are, you kind of look at the top of the scoring sheet. Brandon Cutler, Jordan Martell, and Brett Stapley are each tied for the club lead with 11 points this season. Stapley has appeared in 10 games this year, while Cutler and Martell have each played in 15 contests. Cutler and Stapley are each tied for the club lead with 3 multiple-point games. Martell has 2 multiple-point games, but watch out on the Grizzlies' power play for Martell. He scored a power play goal in last night's game. I think it was actually Friday night's game where he scored the power play goal. No, it was last night with about 10 seconds left. The games kind of mix in. 10 seconds left in the first period. Last night, he scored on a one-timer on a pass from Brett Stapley. Stapley's been big in terms of being a distributor on the Grizzlies' power play. He's got 5 power play points to Stapley with 2 goals and 3 assists. And hey, the Grizzlies are the only team in the league who have not played past regulation this year. Tulsa has appeared in overtime in 4 of their last 5 games. So could this possibly be the day where we finally see the Grizzlies in an overtime contest? That remains to be seen. Obviously, the Grizzlies, we get a standing point, at least 1. They're hoping for 2 here this evening against the Tulsa Oilers. When we come back, we'll give you the lineups for both teams. It's the Grizzlies and the Oilers coming up next on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to americafirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
Welcome back to Utah Grizzlies Hockey. I'm Tyson Whiting. Face off a few minutes from now over at BOK Center. It's the second time the Grizzlies have played there this season. Utah will face Tulsa 10 times during the regular year, and this is game 4 of 10. Utah is currently 2-1 against the Oilers this year. Let's get to the lineups for both teams. First, for the visiting Utah Grizzlies, who have a record of 6-9. They're led by third-year head coach Ryan Kanasowicz. His assistant is Christian Horn. Starting defensive pairing, Kyle Mayhew, who has 4 goals and 4 assists in 15 games. He'll be one starting defenseman. He'll be lined up next to Josh Wesley, the Grizzlies captain. Wesley played in 26 games with the Oilers back in the 2019-2020 season. Wesley, in 15 games this year, has 3 goals and 4 assists. He stands 6'3" and 201 pounds. The other 4 defensemen we're expected to see tonight include Keone Teixeira, who's got an A on his sweater. Grizzlies are wearing black this afternoon. Teixeira will be paired up next to Brian Yoon. Yoon has 2 goals and 1 assist in his last 2 games. Jacob Semick, fresh off his first professional goal last night, he'll be in there wearing number 17, the Arizona State product. And he'll be lined up next to Jordan Stone. Stone wearing number 19. He's been pretty strong for the Grizzlies over the last 5 games. Defensemen who are scratches tonight include Cade Jensen and Michael Underwood, who are each battling injuries. And Corey Thomas was fresh off a 2-game suspension. Unfortunately, he's a scratch once again tonight. We'll see Thomas back on the Maverick Center ice when they take on the Allen Americans this upcoming Wednesday for a Smith's Family Night, first of a 3-game series. So those are the defensemen, which are Wesley and Mayhew to start. We'll also see Teixeira, Yoon, Semick, and Stone. 11 forwards on the ice for the Grizzlies. The starters include Adam Berg, who's making his 3rd appearance in a Grizzlies uniform. Berg started the year playing in 8 games with the Cincinnati Cyclones, where he had 1 goal and 1 assist. Tyler Penner, the Grizzlies Ironman, will be in there. Penner's got an A on his sweater, and so he'll be making his 16th appearance this year. He's got 1 assist. He's 5'11" and 182 pounds. 3rd-year pro out of Colgate University. And the other starter is Mick Messner, wearing number 10. Messner's been outstanding for the Grizz since he scored that goal on November 18th, which turned out to be his first as a professional. Messner is a +5 in his last 10 games. So starting forwards once again are Messner, Berg, and Penner. We will also see Dean Yakura in there. The 38-year-old has 1 assist in 15 games. Brett Stapley's been outstanding. He's got a point in 8 of his 10 games with Utah. Stapley has 3 assists in his last 2 games. So Brett Stapley will be wearing number 7. Aaron Aragon wearing number 15. He's got 2 goals and 4 assists in 9 games. He has 1 assist in a Grizzlies uniform that came last night. Dakota Raby, the Michigan man, 1 goal and 4 assists in 12 games. He'll be wearing number 24. Nathan Burke is out there again. Burke has 9 points in 15 games. Cole Gallant, the Western Michigan product, will be wearing number 25. The Rooster, Jordan Martell, is wearing number 27. Martell has 6 goals and 5 assists in 15 games. And we'll also see Brandon Cutler, who leads the Grizzlies with 7 assists this season. Cutler is 6'1" and 195 pounds. So that's the lineup for the Grizzlies. Starting out will be Messner, Berg, and Short-term memory loss. Penner, Messner, Berg, and Penner are the starting forwards. Now for the homestanding Tulsa Oilers, who are wearing a white jersey tonight. They're led by Rob Murray, the longtime head coach. They've got a record of 9-6-3 this season. They are 6-4-2 at home. Starting in net, and quite frankly, I'm still not sure how to say his name, Julien Junca, Junca, native of France. He'll be making his 5th appearance this season. Junca got the victory last night. He's got a record of 2-1-1 with a 2.75 goals against average and .886 save percentage. He's a big goaltender, standing at 6'5" and 203 pounds. Starting defensive pairing, Anthony Costantini, wearing number 10, a native of Hamilton, Ontario. He's got 6 assists in 18 games and a +4 rating. He'll be paired up with Andy Carroll, who scored a big power play insurance goal, which was the Oilers' 5th of the night, the 5th of 6 goals they scored. Carroll's got an AHL contract with the San Diego Ghouls, as Tulsa's NHL affiliate is the Anaheim Ducks. The Grizzlies are affiliated with the Colorado Avalanche. So starting defensive pairing is Costantini and Andy Carroll. Starting forwards, Carson Vogt has 3 goals and 9 assists in 18 games. Jackson Weeb last night had a Gordie Howe hat trick, 1 goal, 1 assist in a fight. So he'll be in there wearing number 27. Kyle Krenkovic had an outstanding junior career. Krenkovic is off to a pretty solid rookie campaign. He has 7 goals and 12 assists in 18 games. Also, watch out for Michael Farron. He'll be in there wearing number 26. Farron has 8 goals and 4 assists in 11 games. It looks like Eddie Matsushima is a late scratch. Looked like he was originally going to be in the lineup, but that's a big loss for the Oilers. Their all-star representative last year, Eddie Matsushima, appears to be out of the lineup, according to the roster sheet that I've received. Watch out for Alec Butcher. He had 2 goals in last night's game. He was the game's number 1 star. Tulsa got a 6-3 victory last night. We'll see if the Grizzlies get some revenge this evening. We'll come back and have face-off over at BOK Center as we're live here at the Grizz Cave, just outside the Maverick Center team store. You're listening to the Grizzlies Hockey Network, presented by Rio Tinto Kennecott.
This isn't just copper. It's our job. It's food on our family's tables. Without it, we couldn't stay in touch. It's what keeps our homes warm and our lights on. It's the power behind the team and a greener, brighter future. This isn't just copper. It's a proud Utah and a strong America.
It's a great day for hockey as 2 big standings points are on the line tonight as the Grizzlies look for their first road victory of the season. They take on a Tulsa Oilers team that's been pretty hot as of late, as they have a standing point in 8 of their last 10 games. Julien Junca gets the start in net for Tulsa. He got the victory last night. He's making his 5th appearance of the season. Dante Januzzi is the starting goaltender for the Grizz. He's got a record of 0-3, but he's been outstanding in his 3 games. He's got a .924 save percentage and a 2.39 goals against average. Looks like Santa Claus, more like the Grinch, I guess, is taking the ceremonial puck drop, as Josh Wesley will take it against Doogie Legrone. Legrone, number 5 for the Oilers, as both guys don't even move. Posing for the picture does Legrone and Josh Wesley. My pick for the Optum first goal of the game today is going to be Josh Wesley. Everybody make your pick as to who's going to score first for the Grizzlies tonight. Last night it was the Roosters scoring on a power play late in the first period. Optum is committed to making healthcare work better, leading the way to better experiences, better health, and lower costs for you. The referee tonight is Marc-Olivier Phaneuf. The linesmen are Duncan Megara and Michael Miggins. And I do ask for some patience as we are watching on the Flow Sports feed, and that's the only way I'm able to see the game. And unfortunately, I might not be able to describe the game in the style I want to based on some of the limitations as to how I'm able to see the game. Penner will take the draw for Utah. Grizz will be skating from left to right. As we see it from Flow Sports, your mind's eye see it on YouTube. The Tulsa mascot, who's in a constant frown, rings the bell. Utah wins the draw as Josh Wesley moves it ahead, looking for Mick Messner, and looked like he got a piece of it as Grizzlies have it deep in the offensive zone from left to right. Messner, left wing, lefty shot, saved by Junca, and he holds on as the Grizzlies get the first shot 15 seconds in, and it was a one-timer from the left circle by Mick Messner. So Messner already hot here to start. And for the Grizzlies, it's important to score first. They are 5-1 when scoring first this season, but just 1-8 when the opposition scores first. Penner will take the draw for the Grizz, wearing a black jersey with white numbers and professional green trim. Tulsa a white jersey with red numbers. As Oilers win the faceoff, they throw it between the Grizzlies defensemen as Josh Wesley chases after it deep in the Grizzlies zone. Wesley along the near wing boards throws a horizontal pass off the screen. Tulsa fires it towards Januzzi, who comes out of his crease to clear it out. Penner crosses center ice right wing. He dumps it in. Messner chases after it. Adam Berg as well as Junka throws to the left point. Tulsa will carry it across center ice. Oilers get it to the right wing. They enter. Oilers get down the middle. They try to find Carson Vogtel on the left wing. He couldn't get the pass. Yoon throws it off the far wing boards. It goes to neutral ice as the Grizz fire it to the right side for Yoon at center ice. Yoon crosses the red line and dumps it into the left corner as Mike McKee, big number 24, gets it. He throws it between his legs. The Oilers advance it towards center ice near their bench area, which is on the far side of the territory they're defending in the first period. Oilers slide it to the left side. Grizz move it back towards center ice as it bounces off a Poulsen stick. Tyler Poulsen, who's been tough on the Grizzlies over the years. Grizzlies enter from the left point. Raby gets cut off, and it looks like we get a whistle. And it looks like the Grizzlies are called offside as we get a break with 18:40 left in the first. Utah with one shot. Tulsa's yet to take one on Dante Januzzi. Tulsa usually does a pretty good job controlling the shot count. They average 36 shots per game and allow 29.5. In last night's game, Tulsa outshot Utah 39-25, including a big edge in the third period. So it looks like Doogie LeGrone having some words with Dakota Raby as we get a slashing call and somebody's going to the box. I wonder if that was a late call. Grizzly, it's going to be on Tulsa, it looks like, because the draw is going to be in the Oilers zone. So somebody picked up a slashing penalty. We saw the referee signal, but we didn't get to see who goes to the penalty box. Maybe it's Doogie LeGrone, but it's hard to really guess. So Grizzlies will be on the power play. They were 1 for 2 in last night's game on the season. Utah's 20.9%. Tulsa's penalty kill is just 71.2%. So maybe the Grizzlies can get some hay here. As Utah wins the draw, Josh Wesley down low gets it kicked away by Tulsa. Junka behind his net gives it to a defenseman who sails it all the way towards Januzzi. Januzzi back behind his net wearing number 73 gets challenged by Alec Butcher, number 13. But the Grizz get it as Januzzi threw a pass. As Mayhew gets to center ice and moves it to Brett Stapley across the center. Stapley and Mayhew, teammates at the University of Denver 2 years ago when they won the national championship. Left wing, Stapley, righty shot, saved by Junka. Stapley gets the rebound, throws it towards somebody who's being hidden by the score bug. Now Stapley back around Tulsa's net, east to the right side. Stapley looking towards the point. Now he feeds it up top. Somebody off the screen has it. It's Mayhew. Over to Stapley. Down the middle, righty shot. It's blocked by Mike McKee. Tulsa gets it off of McKee as Costantini skates around his net and clears it out. Just over 2 minutes in, Grizzlies on the power play as Utah makes a change. As Stapley still on the ice, they'll feed it towards Cole Gallant. And now Stapley will come off. Brian Yoon behind Januzzi's net. He gets it to Keone Teixeira, the 6-year pro. Teixeira, right wing pass to Yoon, who crosses center ice. Yoon gains the line, tried to throw it to Gallant. Tulsa gets a stick in the way. Now the Oilers in the slot fire it towards Januzzi, who kicks it to the near side. Action deep in the Grizzlies zone as Teixeira hustles over to get it. About 3 minutes in, still no score. Tulsa's yet to take a shot. Grizzlies have one. Yoon left wing pass. Grizzlies enter as Raby skated towards the corner. He got blasted by Doogie LeGrone. So my guess as to who's in the box for Tulsa wasn't true. As now Cole Gallant, right side, feeds it up top. Somebody off the screen. And I think that's Teixeira. Moves it ahead. Puck to the right corner. Utah boxes Tulsa out. The Oilers shovel it ahead. But it's Cole Gallant, right side. He feeds it to somebody off the screen. It's Brian Yoon. High slot now to Gallant, right side. Fires towards the net. Saved by Junka. Rebound out to the far goal line as the Oilers will get it. And they'll backhand it all the way towards Januzzi. 2 shots for the Grizzlies, 1 for Tulsa, according to the score bug. 3.5 minutes in, still no score. Late in the Grizzlies' power play, as Martell over to Mayhew, back to Martell. Deep in the Grizzlies zone, Martell will now skate down the middle. Now chip it to his right, as Dean Yakura will backhand it off of Reggie Millette. Oilers gather the puck near boards, as Jimmy Lodge spins it around. Getting spun around is Gervais, Keyshawn Gervais, right side. Oilers Skate towards their left, backhand shot saved. Oilers hack away with Gervais. Took a shot that Januzzi makes the save on. As we're 4 minutes in, still no score. Grizzlies 3 shots, Tulsa 1 according to the score bug. Utah moves it ahead to center ice. Ukura dumps it in. He'll come off for a change as Kyle Krenkovic feeds out to center ice. Grizzlies drive it back in as Tulsa behind their net will restart the attack skating from right to left as we see it on Flow Sports. Looks like we got the same camera operators in Tulsa that we had last night. As Tulsa will now start the attack as Dougie Legrone fires it out towards center ice. Krenkovic chases after it. No icing. It got redirected around center ice. Grizzlies come back the other way. Semick on the ice. He scored a goal last night, his first as a pro. Puck goes deep into the Oilers zone. Not sure how it got there. Carroll throws it off the near wing as Tulsa out to center ice. And now the Grizzlies get it back. Left side, Grizzlies chip it in from neutral ice as it ricochets off the backboard. Costantini fires to Andy Carroll, who moves it ahead. Oilers at center ice. Diagonal pass towards Krenkovic. Bounces off of Yoon. Yoon skates to the Utah goal line near side. Gets it. Drops it off for Teixeira, who skates towards the far side. Now he moves it ahead to the right. Grizzlies enter the zone. Right circle, lefty shot. Saved by Junka as Yoon throws it to somebody, back to Yoon. I think that was Berg. Now it's the left side. Off the screen. Shot is blocked by Carroll. Carroll in the far corner gets hit by Stapley. Now Stapley pins the puck along the boards. Stapley trying to get towards Nathan Burke. Burke has it, far goal line. Burke across to Stapley around the net. Stapley gets it up top. As now shot from down yonder is blocked out in front of Junka. Tulsa gets the rebound. They move it out to center ice. Oilers tap it in as Mayhew. We believe Mayhew took that last shot. He was off the screen. He gets it to Teixeira. Grizzlies skate from left to right. Now Mayhew gets it back. He slides it towards his right slowly. It gets to Gallant, who drives it in, but it only got to the corners. I think it bounced off of Alec Butcher. 6 minutes in, still no score. Grizzlies have a 3-1 shot edge according to the score bug. Tulsa dumps it in. Wesley, with the long strides, chases after. He drops it off for Mayhew behind Utah's net. Mayhew moves it ahead. Grizz cross center. Utah playing with speed as Wesley skates towards the far corner. He gets hit. Another Grizzly skates over there. Utah from behind the net tried to center, but it stays in the corners. Mike McKee pins into the wall. Now carrying it out of the zone, we believe, is Dante Sheriff. He skates to the right side. He didn't play last night, did Sheriff. Drops it off. Right wing, righty shot. Saved by Januzzi. He makes the stop with 13:28 left in the first. No score, as that was Tulsa's second shot of the afternoon. We'll be back in 1 minute on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
This isn't just copper. It's our job. It's food on our family's tables. Without it, we couldn't stay in touch. It's what keeps our homes warm and our lights on. It's the power behind the team and a greener, brighter future. This isn't just copper. It's a proud Utah and a strong America.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to AmericaFirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
No score over at BOK Center. 13 minutes, 28 seconds left in the first. Utah's outshot Tulsa 3-2. Grizz have shots from Brett Stapley, Mick Messner, and Dakota Raby. Dougie Legrone and Tyler Polson has the Oilers shots. Tulsa wins the draw. They're in the offensive zone, skating from right to left. They feed it out in front. It bounced off a Grizzly stick. Utah carries it out to center. Raby with speed. Enters the zone from the left point. Looks to center it out in front, but getting there first is Tulsa ahead of Martel. Martel's going to get called 2 minutes for slashing, as he was slashing the Tulsa guy who cut in front of him for the puck on that centering pass. So skating towards the bench is Junka as Grizzlies touch it up at center ice as Tulsa was trying to move it ahead. Slashing is a call as Jordan Martel goes to the box exactly 7 minutes into the first period, and the Oilers will be on the power play for the first time tonight. Tulsa was 2 for 3 on the power play last night. They are 24.5% on the season. Grizzlies' penalty kill this year is 76.1%. As Martel will take a seat for 2 minutes, it was Tyler Polson They got the slashing minor for Tulsa, 120 into the game. It's kind of funny when the visiting team gets a penalty in these video feeds. You always see the visiting guy in the penalty box. They never show the home player in the box. So Tulsa wins the draw. They skate from right to left. Wall will feed it to Sheriff, back to Wall, who's off the screen left side. He gets it to the right for Dewey Legrone, who moves it back to the right circle, back to Legrone, high slot. He'll feed a right wing pass as Tulsa skates to the far goal line. As Tulsa now back to the point, they get it to Legrone. Legrone fakes a shot, dances around. Now he moves it to the right circle. Now they get it back to Legrone. Legrone gives it to the right circle. Now righty shot, saved by Januzzi. I couldn't quite tell. It was just in front of the jersey we saw. Couldn't quite tell who that was on the right side for Tulsa, but he had a couple good looks as he was playing catch with Doogie Legrone. But Januzzi makes the save. He stopped the first three here so far this afternoon. Alec Butcher will take the faceoff for Tulsa. As Januzzi, his fourth professional game, he's been solid in each of the first three. But is yet to get his first professional win. Utah wins the draw as Josh Wesley will sail it all the way towards Junka. And now the puck towards the far side. Taken away is Aragon, but Tulsa took it right back. Legrone, right wing pass. Tulsa enters. Legrone chases after it in the far goal line. He gets pinned by Wesley as the Oilers back in the right circle. As Utah delivers a big hit, that's Kyle Mayhew. Right side across to Wall on the left. Kyler Wall will get it to Dante Sheriff along the near boards. Sheriff back up top for Wall. Wall fakes a shot, gets it to Sheriff. Left circle. Sheriff righty shot. Saved by Januzzi. Rebound goes to the right side. As now right point. Shot and a score. Boy, Tulsa fired away from the right side. Couldn't tell if it got redirected, but it's a power play goal, and the Oilers draw first blood tonight. Skating to the bench first is Doogie Legrone. It looks like he has picked up his first of the year. As Legrone high-fives everybody in the Oilers bench. They usually put a spotlight in Tulsa on the guy who scored the goal. And I believe it was Doogie Legrone as he fired away from the right point. Looked like there was some traffic out in front. They show a replay, and the replay was very insignificant there. We couldn't see a darn thing. But, we assume that Legrone scored it cleanly. Power play goal, 11:50 left in the first. Tulsa draws first blood. Oilers 5-0-2 this season when scoring first. Face off at center ice. Rolls between the Tulsa defensemen. It's a power play goal, and we're back to skating 5-on-5 as the Oilers slide it ahead towards Krenkovic. Krenkovic throws it to the middle. Tulsa crosses center. Now they enter as Carson Folk skates to the far corner. He's being challenged by Semick. Folk gets it across to Jackson Weeb, who had a Gordie Howe hat trick last night. Now the puck is towards neutral ice. Tulsa dumps it back in. Semick in the near corner gathers it. Semick moves it out to somebody off the screen. And the puck is now at the Tulsa blue line as Burke delivers ahead on Hilderman. Hilderman gets it back. He wears number 3, 6'1", 207 pounds. He dances around to his blue line. Now diagonal pass to the left connects. Carson Folk enters. He stops at the left point, try to get to the corner, and it bounced off of Penner. Penner gets pushed by Folk as the puck rolls along the wall. Teixeira, right point, moves it ahead. Center ice, goes to Burke. Burke loses it. Tulsa gains the line. Krenkovic drops it off. Shot saved by Januzzi. That was taken by Jackson Weeb from the left wing. As Tulsa, right side, fires towards the net. Januzzi makes a glove save. 10:44 left in the first. Tulsa leads 1-0 on what we believe is Doogie Legrone's first of the year. Let's see. Goal goes to Doogie Legrone, Tyler Polson, and Dante Sheriff. Got the assist. Time of goal 8:10 into the first period. Drawn the Grizzlies zone, far circle, won by Utah. Jordan Stone moves it ahead. Penner taps it off the far wing boards. Messner crosses center ice. He gets hit by Reggie Millette. Tulsa gets it back. Millette gets the center ice, and he'll whip it in as hit off the corner and bounce towards Januzzi, who covers up. Boy, the corners take crazy bounces. Usually the puck, it seems like, as we've seen here in this series, will bounce off the corner and go directly towards the crease. It looked like that's exactly what it did there. Sheriff dumped it in, and then before he knew it, puck was in the crease, and Januzzi had to cover up. So you got to watch out for those crazy bounces in Tulsa, especially if you're dumping it in. As the draw, won by Tulsa. They're in the far circle. Now they get to the right point. Costantini feeds it to the left side. Carroll chips to the corner. Grizzlies, Mick Messner trying to locate it. And we're trying to locate the puck, too. We've been all period. Grizz, right side, enter the zone. As Berg fires towards net, it's blocked by Costantini. Utah gets pushed in the back in the near corner, no call. Both teams have had one power play so far. Wesley wrestles down with a Tulsa skater at the right point of the Oilers zone. Tulsa gathers it. They win the 2-on-2 battle. Millette enters 2-on-4. Right wing, righty shot. Saved by Januzzi. As now behind the net, Gervais chases after it. He overskates it. Grizz moving to center ice. Utah looking for Penner at center ice. He couldn't reach far enough to get it. Goes back to Mike McKee, who's in his own end. He moves it to Krenkovic, who skates off the screen. He'll throw a left wing pass. Now the Oilers enter. Tulsa along the wall as they chip it to the left point. Now to the high slot. Januzzi looks towards his right. And looks like the Oilers are offside. The puck was off the screen for a good 10 seconds. We don't know how play stopped. 9:29 left in the first. Tulsa leads 1-0 on Doogie Legron's power play goal. Oilers lead 1-0 on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverick, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account today.
9:29 left in the first period. Tulsa leads 1-0. It was Doogie Legron that scored 8-10 in, with Tyler Polson and Dante Sheriff getting the assists. Oilers have taken 6 shots. Grizzlies have 4. Draw's going to be at neutral ice. We believe offside was a call, as Cutler will take it for Utah. Cutler, Martell, and Brett Stapley are each tied for the club lead with 11 points. Cutler has 4 goals and 7 assists. The 7 assists lead the team. Tulsa wins the draw. They dump it in. It's cut off by Wesley along the near wall. Now it goes to the left wing. McKee, lefty blast, saved by Januzzi. Well, it looked like there was 4 guys battling just outside the left circle. Then McKee skated in and fired a blast towards Januzzi, who made a glove save. Dante has stopped 6 of 7 so far. 9:19 left in the first. As it looks like a late arriving crowd over at BOK Center. They had a great crowd last night. 8,090 was the attendance. Kind of a typical Sunday crowd where you can spread out a little bit more on a Sunday. That's league-wide, though. That's not typical. That's kind of normal of everybody. Mayhew out to center ice. Martell couldn't reach it as the Oilers skate from left to right in the first period. Grizz skate from left to right. Oilers from right to left. As Grizz enter the zone, Raby gets hit. Now Utah skates towards their right, dropping off for Wesley. Right wing shot, and it's blocked out in front. Tulsa's blocked quite a few shots here early on. Arm is raised by the linesman as Tulsa gets called for icing with 8:54 left in the first. Utah this season has been pretty even in terms of the shot count. They take 31.3 shots per game and allow 31.8. Big thing for the Grizzlies, though, getting off to a fast start. And that was a game plan here all weekend. Unfortunately, in each of the first 3 games, the opposition has scored first. Yakura will take the draw. He's got Gallant and Aragon out there. Tulsa wins the face-off in the white jersey with red numbers and a little bit of navy blue mixed in on the shoulders as Mike McKee carries it in. He'll drop it off for Polson. Polson around the wall. He used to play with Rapid City. As Brian Yoon cuts it off, he'll skate towards the far side. It bounced off of Aragon as Tulsa to the right circle. As Yoon with a good poke check. Puck to the right point. Gallant trying to clear it out. He bounced off an Oiler. Now the Grizzlies clear it out as it goes to center ice. Utah drives it along the wall. Oilers, far corner, chip it ahead. It bounced off of Yakura and kicks to the left point. Yoon across to Teixeira. Teixeira throws it to the corner, but Tulsa gets a stick in the way as they clear it out to center. Now the puck's in the Grizzlies zone. 2-on-3. Sheriff will wrap it along the wall as now it's in the near corner. Grizzlies get hit. They get it over to Teixeira. Across to Yoon. It will tap it off the far wing boards as Berg drops it off as Grizzlies skate towards the far corner. Wall drags down Brian Yoon. Yoon slow to get up as he gets back to his feet. Tulsa has the puck. They skate from right to left. Tulsa out to center ice left wing. They cross center. Farron gains the line. Make that Jackson Weeb. He skates to the near corner. Weeb surveys. He feeds up top left wing. Righty shot. Saved by Januzzi. He holds on with 7:36 left in the first. had a tough time figuring out who took that shot, but it was a righty shot from the left wing. Januzzi so far, I believe, has stopped 7 of 8. Grizzlies return to Maverick Center for a 3-game series. We'll be talking about that throughout the rest of the broadcast, and we're certainly looking forward to that series. The first Smith's family night in recent memory will be on Wednesday night at 7:10. As Januzzi gets his gloves back in place, he got a swig of water and kind of got things reset. Penner will take the draw for Utah. This is his, 160th consecutive regular season game for him, and 188 if you count the playoffs. Grizzlies won the faceoff. They cleared it out, and it got redirected off the glass, so no delay of game as the linesman will get a new puck. And the draw is going to be in the Grizzlies zone in the near circle. 7:32 left in the first. Make sure to follow the Grizzlies on Facebook, Twitter, or X, currently known as Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat. I know I'm on X, at Tyson on Sports. Draw won by the Oilers. Left wing shot is blocked by Stone. Rebound goes to Adam Berg. Berg, the former Cyclone, gets to center ice, and he drives it in. As the Oilers somehow get it back, it must have bounced off an Oiler, didn't go all the way in. As goes to Carson Folk, left wing, lefty shot goes wide. He tried to go top shelf on Januzzi. Battle in the far corner. Grizzlies feed it to the middle for Semick, who fires a left wing pass to Penner. Penner dumps it in, and Tulsa took it away. It looks like Grizzly players, it's interference. It's going to be on Tulsa, I believe. It looked like Penner was trying to get to center ice, and he never did because Tulsa was blocking his path. And that's Hilderman going to the box as he argues his case. And so the Grizzlies are going to be on the power play for the second time tonight. 7:05 left in the first period, and we'll see if the Grizzlies can find a way to tie it up. Cutler will take the draw. He's got Messner and Wesley up front. We believe Stapley and Mayhew are going to be in the back end. Reggie Millette on the ice. I think it's Alec Butcher taking the face-off for Tulsa. About 13 minutes in. Grizzlies' second power play of the night as Tulsa wins the draw as they skate towards the near corner. They chip it ahead. Stapley hits Millette, keeping it in the right point as Mayhew. Tulsa took it away. And now the puck deep in the Grizzly zone. Foot race, and it's won by Wesley as Reggie Millette was trying to chase after it. Millette would have had a breakaway if Wesley didn't hustle over there. Grizzlies re-enter from the left side. It goes to the point. Mayhew skates towards his right. He's now on the right point. Mayhew across. Grizzlies fake a one-timer. Now they take it. Wesley shot. Saved by Junka. Rebound goes to the near side. Grizz get blasted towards the corner. And now the Grizz, Mayhew, high slot, skates towards his left. He's in the left circle. Lefty shot. Goes just wide as puck ricochets off the near wing boards. Cutler keeps it in the right point. Across to Wesley. He fumbles it. Millette skates over there and fanned on clearing it out. Cutler down the middle. Lefty shot is blocked about 10 feet in front of Junka. As Wesley over to Mayhew. Now it's a Stapley left side. Feathers it out in front. It bounced off an Oilers skate. Goes to the right side. Cutler over to Mayhew, back to Cutler, one-timer, and it's blocked. Puck goes to the left side. Wesley back to Mayhew. Less than 6 minutes left in the period. Mayhew over to Cutler, one-timer, and it goes wide. Well, he had a lot of the net there, but just missed wide. He tried to go glove side, top corner, near side. Now the Grizz, left side, trying to get it back to Cutler. It stays to the left. Stapley dances around. He gets to Cutler, one-timer, and it goes wide. And the puck deflects out of play. Boy, Cutler had a couple of good looks there on one-timers from the right circle. He had a good look there as it didn't look like Junka, was all that far to the left. It looked like if Cutler would have had the accuracy, he could have tied it up. But instead, it stays a 1-0 game. Good shift by that five-man unit as they kept the puck in the offensive zone for quite a while. We don't have on the score bug how much time's left in the power play for Utah, but they made a line change. And it looked like so did the Oilers. As Grizz get a new five-man unit out there. We imagine led by Yoon and Teixeira on the back end. Draw won by Utah, and it goes past Yoon. He chases after it in his own zone. He gets there before Kyle Krankovic. Yoon gets neutralized, left wing pass. Grizzlies enter as Nathan Burke feeds it to Raby along the near wall. Raby gets up top for Teixeira. He gets poked away by Krankovic. 2-on-2. Krankovic, centering pass, shot, and a score. 2-on-1. Tulsa with a centering pass. Krankovic connected to, let's see who gets the goal. I believe it's number 27, Jackson Weeb. Weeb gets the goal as Krankovic over to Weeb, as they show the replay, it looked like Januzzi initially had it and just kind of trickled past him. Januzzi then slid on his backside, and the puck crossed the goal line before the Grizz were able to clear it out. 5:16 left in the first, and the Oilers get a shorthanded goal to make it a 2-0 game. So the Oilers get on the power play, and they also score shorthanded, and the Grizzlies, once again, have some catching up to do. Weeb gets the goal. Krankovic with the assist. 14:44 into the first. As Grizz dumping in, as Martel on the isos Yakura, as Costantini gets the McKee, who shovels it out to the center ice. Now it goes back to Lodge as the Oilers play a game of keep away. Lodge crosses center, skates down the middle. Now Lodge slot, righty shot goes wide as it ricochets off the backboard. Now left side, shot goes wide. Couldn't see who it was. Now right side shot, saved by Januzzi. As Semic gets his stick held up, he gets his right arm held up as well. As Tulsa in the offensive zone, 4:35 left in the first. I believe we're skating 5-on-5 again. As Tulsa skates towards the left point, they get it back up top. As Carroll moves it to the corner, and now they get it back to Carroll. Carroll on the left point skates towards his right as he's being shadowed by Aragon. Now right wing, Tulsa gets it back to Carroll on the left side. Carroll fires towards the net, and it goes wide. I think it got a piece of Januzzi as the Oilers get it back up top, right point, and it exits the zone. Tulsa chases after it. In the far corner, it's cut off by Junka as there's 4:05 left in the first. Oilers lead 2-0. Tulsa skates down the middle. Now they enter from the right side as they skate to the far goal line. Centering pass out in front to Gervais goes wide. This puck goes back to the left point. Shot goes wide. Now Tulsa on a wide angle tried to find a cutter out in front. It goes wide as it ricochets off the near boards. Messner moves ahead to center. Penner delivers a hit on Luka Profaka as Mayhew dumps it into the near corner. Grizz shifted back to the far side there in the attack zone as Messner skates towards his right. He chips to Mayhew. Mayhew right point, feathers it across to Wesley, who chips it to the corner. Far side, Berg battles with Adam Carroll. Both guys make that Andy Carroll. Both guys were number 14 as Berg to the left point, feeds it back to the corner that he vacated as Penner gets hit in the back. Penner skates to the left side, drops off in the corner for Wesley. Back to Messner, who gets it back up top. Now across to Mayhew. One-timer goes wide as there's about 3 minutes left in the first period. Puck goes back to center ice. Utah back to their blue line, move it ahead. As Grizz enter onside, they dump it in. As the Oilers back to the far goal line, will throw it to a defenseman and behind their net. Tulsa wants to slow it down with 2:50 left in the first. It's the Oilers 2 and the Grizzlies nothing. As Tulsa takes their time behind their net, as Stapley's in front of Junka, the goaltender. As Tulsa now starts the attack as they throw it to the far side. Now across off the boards as Oilers move it ahead. Tulsa without their leading scorer, Eddie Matsushima, today, as he was a late scratch. Grizzlies get it back to the near side to Stapley. We apologize about not being specific about names and things as the puck's off the screen about as much as it's on. Gallant gains the line, skates off the screen. He gets cut off nearby as Junka tripped up a Grizzly. Puck still in play, right side. Junka gets back to his feet. As Grizz slot shot saved by Junka. Everybody trying to locate the puck. Tulsa kicks it up top. Grizz keep it in. Left wing, Mayhew shot. That goes wide. As Teixeira back to Mayhew. Now down the middle to the right corner. As Utah skates over there. Stapley drops it off. Less than 2 minutes left in the period. Burke skates along the near goal line. Shot saved by Junka. And Tulsa ricochets it off the near boards. It goes out of the zone. And now it's back at the Utah blue line. Grizz make a line change. Good shift, but they couldn't get one past Junka. Still 2-0. As Grizzlies bounce it in off the backboard. Raby battles. He's over there. Martel joins the play. 2-on-2 scrum behind Tulsa's net. As Junka looks towards his left shoulder as he's looking things on. Lodge surveys. Now it's 3-on-2 along the boards as Lodge trying to hack it away. 1:25 left in the first. Grizz come out of the pile with the puck as Martel skates towards the far corner. Now scrum continues with Hilderman. Now the Grizz behind the net looking for a wraparound shot. Saved by Junka as the puck bounced off of Raby. Right side, Stone with a shot. Saved by Junka. Stone looking for his first as a pro as the Oilers carry it across center ice from right to left. Oilers skate to the right circle. Righty shot goes wide as it bounced off of Semic. And towards the near side, Martel will carry it across center ice. Martel gains the line as the puck bounces in the right circle. Oilers move it ahead. Less than 1 minute left in the first period. as Grizz now have it in their own zone mysteriously as they move a right wing pass diagonally towards Raby. He gets cut off by an Oiler. Linesman was in the way as well. Puck back in the Grizzlies zone. Wesley with a long-range pass, got tipped at neutral ice and goes deep in the Oilers zone. Tulsa gets it with less than a half a minute left. As the Oilers out to center ice, they cross center. Gervais gets on one knee as he got pushed by Gallant. Gallant throws to Stapley. Stapley gets it taken away by Sheriff. Sheriff, right side. Righty shot, saved by Januzzi. Now Tulsa centers it. Left circle, righty shot, saved by Januzzi again. As it looked like Alec Butcher took that second shot from the left circle on kind of a drive-by. Januzzi made the save with 15.6 seconds left in the first. Boy, a lot of action over the last couple minutes, but it stays a 2-0 game. I think you have to like the offensive zone time, though, late in the period that the Grizzlies were able to generate as they're trying to find some momentum heading into the locker room. And the Grizz know it's a tough task once again being down by 2, and that's unfortunately for the Grizzlies kind of been a theme over the first 15-plus games this season. Off the draw, we're looking at, puck was played with a high stick. We're looking at Oilers analyst Luke Hamilton. It might be a high-sticking penalty. Let's see. Now the draw is going to come out to neutralize, though. No penalty. It's just going to be a puck that was played with a high stick as we're looking at Luke Hamilton, who's very young. I think he's about 22 or 23 years old and certainly looks it. A very youthful look. Type of look I never had. I looked old even when I was young. Grizzlies win the draw. Burke crosses center ice. 2 seconds left in the period. Sheriff will get it to Carroll, and that will do it for 20 minutes over at BOK Center. As Tulsa scored twice. They scored on the power play. Doogie Legron made it 1-0, and then Jackson Weeb scored shorthanded on a 2-on-1, 14-14 into the first. We're through one period, and it's the Oilers 2 and the Grizzlies nothing. We're back to recap the first 20 minutes when we come back in 2 minutes on the Grizzlies Hockey Network. Once again, the score, Tulsa 2, Utah nothing on the Grizzlies Hockey Network, presented by Rio Tinto Kennecott.
Maverick's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
This isn't just copper. It's our job. It's food on our family's tables. Without it, we couldn't stay in touch. It's what keeps our homes warm. And our lights on. It's the power behind the team. And a greener, brighter future. This isn't just copper. It's a proud Utah and a strong America.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to AmericaFirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
With the Nitro card at Maverick, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account today.
First intermission over at BOK Center. Tulsa got a power play goal and a shorty. They lead 2-0. I'm Tyson Whiting, hanging out at the Grizz Cave just outside the Grizzlies team store. And if you got to get some Christmas shopping done, you come to a Grizzlies game here in the month of December before Christmas and to get some stuff from the Grizzlies team store. A lot of hats, T-shirts, sweaters. I got to go to the team store. I got to get that third jersey that the Grizzlies wore last week against the Newfoundland Growlers. That was certainly a sharp look. I'm still waiting for somebody to pay for the jersey, though, but it certainly is a good look and something that I would want for Christmas. I know that there's probably a lot of family members that you have that would love some Grizzlies gear for Christmas, maybe some Grizzlies tickets. Go to UtahGrizzlies.com and get some Christmas Grizzlies tickets. You can obviously get the tickets for next week as well. Make it early Christmas shopping and get the early Christmas gifts so you can come on down to Maverick Center this week and watch 3 exciting games against the Allen Americans. Don't forget the Grizzlies' next game. It's going to be on Wednesday night. It's going to be a Smith family night, 4 tickets for $40. And if you got a little bit of a bigger family, it's 5 tickets for $50 and 6 for $60 and so on and so forth. As it's a pretty good deal. Come on out and watch the Grizzlies take on the Allen Americans this Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. And it's also going to be the reunion of Johnny Walker. He makes his return trip to Maverick Center. He's now a member of the Allen Americans. Well, scoring got started. Tyler looked like Jordan Martell got a slashing minor. Tyler Polson got a slashing minor for Tulsa, 120 into the game. But Martell got a slashing minor for the Grizz exactly 7 minutes into the first, and Tulsa cashed in. Halfway through the power play, Doogie Legrone fired away from the right point, and puck just had eyes. There must have been some traffic out in front. It looked like a few goals this weekend have been scored from that right side. I don't know if there was just some traffic, and Januzzi didn't see it. But Doogie Legrone was able to score his first of the year with Tyler Polson and Dante Sheriff getting the assists. Then the Grizzlies got a power play as Jared Hilderman got an interference minor, 12:55 into the first. It looked like they're at center ice far side. Penner was trying to get to center ice, and Hilderman was just blocking his path. If it was a football game, it'd be a pretty good block, but it's 2 minutes in the box for Hilderman. Interference was the call, and very late in the power play. In fact, there was probably, 9 seconds left on the power play. Well, they tell you not to do math. Looks like 11 seconds left in the Grizzlies power play. So very late, of course. Tulsa got the puck at neutralized. Grizzlies action on that power play had the puck in the offensive zone for quite a bit of that first minute 30 of the power play. But then the puck exited the zone. Tulsa looked like they had a 2-on-1. Krenkovic was to the left wing. He had Jackson Weeb cutting down the middle. Krenkovic over to Weeb, and then Weeb took the shot. Then looked at for a second that it bounced off of Januzzi, and then you kind of saw the puck trickle towards the goal line. Januzzi had taken a seat at that point and was sitting on the ice, and you could just see almost in slow motion that puck gliding towards the goal line. A Grizzly player was taking a stick, trying to make sure that he was able to get a piece of it and clear it out before it crossed the goal line, but it was too late. Puck crossed the goal line before the Grizzlies defenseman could get there, and that's how Tulsa took a 2-0 lead. Oilers outshot the Grizzlies 12-8 in the first period. Dante Januzzi stopped 10 of 12. Julian Junka, I'm not even sure if I'm saying that right, stopped all 8 for the Oilers. In terms of shots, Grizzlies obviously had 8 in the first period. Raby and Nathan Burke each had 2. Brett Stapley, Mick Messner, Jordan Stone, and Josh Wesley each had 1 shot. I will say among the 8 shots, it felt like a lot of them were really good looks. It didn't look like the Grizzlies fired away from the blue line and was just hoping for the best. It seemed like Grizzlies did get a good quality of the 8 shots. It's just kind of tough when Junka looks like a good goaltender. He's got an AHL contract with the Chicago Wolves of all teams. Tulsa normally affiliated with the Anaheim Ducks and the San Diego Gulls, but I don't think I think Chicago might be an independent club if I remember right, and aren't really affiliated with any one ECHL team, and so it's kind of interesting. You got a guy that's on an ECHL contract; he's essentially an AHL free agent. He can go anywhere, which was the case when Kyle Betts got loaned to Belleville. And Betts, last I checked, in 9 games with Belleville, has 3 assists. And so he's playing well with the Senators. And so that's one of the confusing things. Everybody's like, wait a minute, he's got an AHL contract with Chicago. How is he, how is he playing for Tulsa? It just happens sometimes that way. He looks like a pretty good prospect, not very old. I mean, he's still a young guy, native of France. So it's really going to be interesting to see if the Grizzlies can find a way to generate something on him here in the second period. He's 25 years old. I thought he was a little bit younger than that. And he's got a lot of international time, but it looks like it's his first year over here in North America. And he stopped all 8 in the first period. For the Oilers, they had 12 shots. It seemed like they had a pretty balanced attack last night. Tonight, Doogie Legrone, 1 goal on 2 shots. Tyler Polson, Luca Profaca, and Reggie Millette each have 2 shots, and then 1 shot each for Butcher, McKee, Weeb with the 1 goal and 1 shot, and Dante Sheriff, who didn't play last night. Sheriff replaced Calvin Watson in the Tulsa lineup tonight. Sheriff has one shot through one period. We'll go over some football storylines and scores here in a couple minutes, but let's get to some other scores in the league. First intermission over at Intrust Bank Arena, and Wichita leads Rapid City 1-0. Wichita's 8-11-2 this year. Rapid City is 6-10-1. The Wichita goal was scored by Jay Dickman, who got his 12th of the year, 2:40 into the game. Looks like Beck Warm has got the start in net for Wichita, and he has stopped all 13 that he has seen. Late first period, Iowa leads Toledo 1-0. This looks like a breakout season for the Iowa Heartlanders. They missed the playoffs in each of their first 2 years, but Iowa has played outstanding over the last month. They lead Toledo 1-0 late first period. Second intermission, Wheeling leads Kalamazoo 3-0. Also after 2 periods, Indy has a 2-0 lead over Fort Wayne. We'll keep an eye on the Fort Wayne Comets over the next couple weeks, as Grizzlies will be over in Fort Wayne for a 3-game series on December 15th, 16th, and 17th. We did know about Cameron Wright, who had started the year with Fort Wayne, but he has since, over the last month, spent some time in the AHL with Bakersfield, and it looks like Cameron Wright has been able to occupy a roster spot over in Bakersfield for a while, and I think after watching him last year, we all knew that he had the type of skill that if he got the right opportunity, he can end up sticking in the AHL, and it looks like he has so far. 2 games that have gone final in the league. South Carolina defeats Trois-Rivières 3-2, and Orlando is a 2-1 winner over the Atlanta Gladiators. When we come back, we will go over some football scores and tell you which 4 teams made the college football playoff. As we're through one period over at BOK Center, the Tulsa Oilers lead the Utah Grizzlies 2-0 as Tulsa got a power play goal and a shorthanded tally. We're back in 1 minute as it's the Rio Tinto Kennecott Intermission Report on the Utah Grizzlies Radio Network.
Maverick's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
This isn't just copper. It's our job. It's food on our family's tables. Without it, we couldn't stay in touch. It's what keeps our homes warm and our lights on. It's the power behind the team and a greener, brighter future. This isn't just copper. It's a proud Utah and a strong America.
Welcome back to Grizzlies Hockey. I'm Tyson Whiting, hanging out in the Grizz Cave. Looks like the weather is a little bit gloomy today in the Salt Lake Valley. I wonder what the weather is over in Tulsa. I know inside BOK Center, it looks pretty nice. Tulsa has one of those big buildings that, attracts all the big concerts and events there. Seems like the NCAA basketball tournament's there every other year. It's a beautiful big arena. That's kind of an NHL size barn, but obviously they curtain off the upper deck, but they do have the potential on certain Saturday nights that they can draw as many as 15 or 16,000. It's a similar size to Wichita's Intrust Bank Arena, which is also a pretty beautiful building in downtown Wichita. Week 13 of the National Football League. I was really disappointed that the one game I really wanted to watch today was the same time the Grizzlies play. At the half, 49ers lead the Eagles 14-6. Philadelphia 10-1 this season. The 49ers are 8-3. It's a rematch of last year's NFC Championship game, and it could potentially be a preview of this year's NFC Championship game. 49ers lead the Eagles 14-6, that game at halftime. Also at the half, Tampa Bay leads Carolina 7-3. Late second quarter, Rams lead the Browns 10-7. Joe Flacco gets the start at quarterback for the Browns. Games that went final in Week 13 of the NFL, Chargers get a 2-run homer from Mookie Betts. They defeat the Patriots 6-0. That game played at Fenway Park. Oh, wait, it's not a baseball game. Football contest, very low scoring. Chargers defeat the Patriots 6-0. Chargers go to 5-7 on the year. The Patriots are just 2-10. And we're possibly looking at a different scenario where at the end of the year, Patriots owner Bob Kraft will probably have no choice but to fire 6-time Super Bowl winning coach Bill Belichick. Certainly been a rough run for the Patriots. They are now 2-10 this season and have really struggled offensively. Lions defeat the Saints 33-28. That's interesting. The Lions had a big lead. That was one of the games that was shown locally in the Salt Lake market. Lions defeat the Saints 33-28. Falcons over the Jets 13-8. As the Jets fall to 4-8 this season, the Falcons are now 6-6. Cardinals defeat the Steelers 24-10. That game featured 2 lightning delays, and so I think that game just went final a few minutes ago. 24-10, Cardinals over the Steelers. In overtime, the Colts defeat the Titans 31-28. Colts are now 7-5 this year. The Titans are 4-8. Dolphins destroy the Commanders 45-15. Dolphins go to 9-3 this season. Texans over the Broncos 22-17. Texans are now 7-5. Broncos are 6-6. And the night game is Kansas City at Green Bay in a rematch of Super Bowl I. It'll be interesting to see if Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce can connect for a big one on Friday night over in Allen in the first game of this 3-game Central Time Zone road trip. It was Swifty night. There was no mention. I didn't see any Travis Kelce jerseys over in Allen, but it looked like they had a pretty fun night. Allen won 3-2, but Brian Yoon and Josh Wesley had goals for Utah. It was Yoon's first professional goal, and then Yoon scored again last night, and it was also the night where Jacob Semick, about halfway through the third period, scored his first professional goal. My money might be for the next guy to score his first pro goal for Jordan Stone. He had a pretty good look in the right wing, and it's kind of interesting over the last couple of years, and it's really been a lot of fun to see the improvement of Jordan Stone, the third-year pro. He used to play for the Utah Outliers locally. Stone's looked good here in the first period. He's seen a lot of 5-on-5 time. I think he's seen a little bit of penalty kill work as well, and I think Stone's looked pretty good for the Grizzlies here in this road trip. But once again, Grizzlies are having to play catch up. They've had to overcome 2 and 3 goal deficits here halfway through the game in each of the contests. So we'll see if the Grizzlies can come out strong in the second period. And they're certainly going to need to, because if they obviously after 2 periods, if Tulsa still got a 2-goal lead, they're going to really ratchet things down defensively and not let the Grizzlies get any odd man breaks and things like that. And they'll really make the Grizzlies work for everything they get. So we'll see what happens here in the next 20 minutes. It's probably going to be critical if the Grizzlies are going to make a comeback here tonight. Now, do keep in mind, fatigue might play a factor here. The Grizzlies are playing their 3rd game in 48 hours, while the Tulsa Oilers did not play on Friday night. So it is the 2nd game of a back-to-back for Tulsa. But for the Grizzlies, they played in Allen on Friday. Then they traveled, I think it's about a 3, maybe 3.5 bus ride from Allen to Tulsa, and then the Grizzlies obviously played Tulsa last night, and so fatigue may play a factor as this game rolls along. And usually in these type of scenarios, the team that gets off to an early lead ends up having an advantage when both teams are fatigued. But we'll see what happens here in the second period. The Grizzlies did have 8 shots in the first, and I thought if I remember right, it seemed like quite a few of those 8 shots were pretty good looks. We'll see if the Grizzlies can get on the board, and you can still make your pick for the Optum first goal of the game. Who's going to score first for Utah? I think based on what I saw in the first period, I'm not sure. There's, Raby, I think, could have a good chance here. He's had some success against Tulsa in the past. I might actually go with Brandon Cutler. I think Cutler had some looks there, especially on the Grizzlies power play late in the first period. I think Cutler finds the back of the net early in the second period. We'll come back in 1 minute, and we'll have second period action over at BOK Center as the Oilers lead the Grizzlies 2-0 on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to americafirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
About set to start second period action, but remember the Grizzlies will return to Maverick Center for a big 3-game series against the Allen Americans. Next Grizzlies home game will be on Wednesday night. It's going to be a Smith's family night. Tickets $4 tickets for $40, and $10 for each additional ticket. If you got a bigger family, it can be 5 for 50, 6 for 60, maybe even 7 for 70. It's going to be a fun night at Maverick Center, first of a 3-game series. It's a Smith's family night, and Friday is going to be an AFCU Friday where tickets start at $10 and you pay using your AFCU debit or credit card at the Maverick Center box office. Saturday night's going to be a huge one. It's going to be ugly sweater night as well as the annual teddy bear toss. So bring some teddy bears to throw on the ice after Utah's first goal. The Tulsa mascot, who's in a constant frown. He doesn't look like he's happy at all. That face never moves. I was kind of wondering if that was kind of like Lavelle Edwards a little bit with the stoic facial expression. He rings the bells. Looks like we'll get started for second period action. Looks like he's hard of hearing. He wants the crowd to pick it up. As the Grizz will be skating from right to left as we see it on Flow Sports. Your mind's eye see it on YouTube. Oilers skate from left to right. Utah wins the draw as Kyle Mayhew out there with Josh Wesley. Mayhew gets to Wesley on the far side. Wesley now skates down the middle. He'll chip it off the far wing boards to Messner, who backhands it in. As Costantini chases after along with Penner. Now right side, lefty shot is blocked. That was taken by Messner. Grizz dropping off right side. Wesley's shot is blocked by Carroll. Now right side, Grizz fire towards the net and fan on it. Now Tulsa 2-on-2 crosses center ice. Tulsa gets it over towards Michael Farron. Farron gets hit along the end wall as it goes back to the Grizz, who skate from right to left. Utah right wing pass, 3-on-2. Utah enters right side, lefty shot. And it's blocked away by Junka as puck towards the near corner. Tulsa tosses it out. Farron chases after it. He gets the puck, crosses center ice, and backhands it in. Oilers make their first line change of the second period. As Teixeira back behind his net. He's out there with Brian Yoon. Teixeira over to the near side for Martel. The Rooster crosses center. Now he enters the zone. He skates to the left wing, tried to center it and bounced it off of Alec Butcher. Now behind the net, Tulsa will stop it, and they'll skate it towards the near side. Oilers move it back to the far circle. Tulsa gets it ahead to Butcher, who crosses center ice. He'll lightly tap it in. Puck glides towards the near corner off the boards as Cutler back towards Teixeira. Teixeira pushes Tulsa in the back, and that was Tyler Poulsen. As now right wing, Oilers skate towards their left. Dante Sheriff fires to the right corner that's vacated. Tulsa hustles over, and they feed it back to the right point. And it looked like the puck exited the zone as the Oilers are called for offside. 18-18 left in the second. So draw's going to be at neutral ice. Grizzlies will get a fresh set of skaters. Jimmy Lodge will take the draw for Tulsa. Let's see who's taking it for the Grizz. I think it's Brett Stapley. Stapley with a point in 8 of his 10 games with Utah. Nathan Burke out there as well in the near wing. It's a draw won by Tulsa. As the Oilers skate from left to right, they get to their blue line and tap it to center ice off the far boards. Oilers slice it in. As Januzzi gives way to a defenseman. Teixeira feeds to the far side. As now the puck's at center ice, and it goes into the Oilers zone. Tulsa plays it without icing being called 2 minutes into the second period. And the Oilers move it to center ice. Puck deflected off a Grizzly stick. Januzzi behind his net will fire it around the near wing boards. As Millette batted it to Jimmy Lodge. Lodge looked to center it from behind the goal line. It kicked off a stone. Now high slot, righty shot. Goes wide. That was taken by Luka Profaka. Profaka, the 6'2 defenseman. Now Millette trying to kick it towards the net from the near goal line. Stapley pokes it back along the near boards. As Utah battles, Nathan Burke lifts it high into the air. Puck bounces in the Grizzlies zone. Now we get some pushing and shoving as Reggie Millette and Nathan Burke, who are holding each other along the wall, have some words. And the penalty box opens. And it's going to be Nathan Burke who gets a penalty. So Burke gets 2 minutes for delay of game. I guess the puck ended up going out of play as Burke lifted it out. So he gave a fan a souvenir. Problem is he did it from his own zone. So it looks like Burke got called for delay of game with 17:23 left in the second period. Tulsa's back on the power play for the third time tonight. Tulsa leads 2-0. Butcher will take the face-off against Adam Berg. Berg. Draw looks like it's won by Tulsa as they're over in the high slot. As Wall throws it to the far side. Now back to Wall. He's in the left point. Kyler Wall throws it towards the corner and out to the left circle. Oilers get it back to the left circle as they feed it to the far goal line. Centering pass out in front. Shot goes wide as Poulsen fanned on it. As Legrom over to Wall. He gets it to the left side. Oilers, righty shot. And it's blocked out in front, I think, before it got to Januzzi. Now the Oilers, left wing, lefty shot. And that one's blocked away. Grizzlies look like they clear it out. Puck back to center ice. As the Oilers skate from left to right, they cross center. Sheriff gains the line right side. He collides with Mayhew. Mayhew took the puck away. Mayhew bounced it off a Grizzly. Now bouncing puck in the slot, taken by Penner, who slides it ahead. Grizz make a line change. As looks like the Oilers might as well. About halfway through Tulsa's power play, and the Oilers lead 2-0. Tulsa skates down the middle, and they move it ahead. Oilers cross center ice. Right wing pass to Farron. He drops it off for Sheriff. Sheriff throws to somebody in the high slot. Now back to Farron in the right corner. Farron back to Sheriff. As he's on the right side, he gets it across the left. Back to Profaka. He slides a right wing pass to Farron. Farron chips to the near goal line. Krankovic, shot saved by Januzzi. Rebound goes to the near circle. As the Oilers get it up top, Profaka feeds to the left side. Oilers back in the corner. As Sheriff moves it back to the high slot. Righty shot goes wide. And off the boards, Tulsa hacking away in front of the net, but the Grizz get it and clear it out. Utah makes a line change late in the power play for the Oilers. Burke stands up in the box. Tulsa shot goes wide as looked like a centering pass connected from off the screen. Now Tulsa left side as they chip it to the far corner. Oilers skate around Utah's net as Tulsa gets it back up top. Now it's to the left side. Oilers get it across to Weeb. He'll take a shot and it goes wide. Make that Carson Vogt. His shot hit the side of the net. And it looks like we're back to skating 5-on-5. Jordan Stone slides it ahead to Gallant. Gallant crosses center, moves it to Burke. Burke fresh out of the box, left wing, lefty shot. Saved by Junka. Rebound goes back to Tulsa. They skate from left to right, 2-on-2. Oilers gain the line. Reggie Millette drops it off, and shot goes wide. That was taken by Profaka. Luka Profaka, an AHL deal with San Diego. As Grizz throw a right wing pass out to center ice. Grizz cross center. Now they gain the line 3-on-3. Utah drops off for Mayhew. Back to the right circle. Shot, see, rebound, shot, and a score. Or Grizzlies fed it to the left side as the puck was on the right, and Utah gets on the board with 14:42 left in the second. So the Grizz get on the board. The camera is moving back and forth so quickly, couldn't tell who it was. I think it's Cole Gallant. I think Gallant gets his third of the year, and it's now a 2-1 game. Well, good passing by the Grizzlies. They had it down the middle. I think it was Mayhew. Then he slid it to the right, and Grizz looked like they were going to take a shot, but they found Gallant open in the near circle. 14:42 left in the second, as it's now a 2-1 game. We'll find out on the box score in the ECHL app who scored. Grizzlies win the draw, neutral zone, shot saved by Junka. 14:35 left in the second. Well, they never showed a replay, and the first look we got wasn't really telling as to who was who. We think it was Mayhew that threw that second pass. The goal scored by Cole Gallant, 5:18 in, with Nathan Burke and Kyle Mayhew getting the assists. So I think the play was Mayhew to Burke to Gallant, and then Gallant found the back of the net from the left circle. Tulsa skates in after winning the draw. Right side backhand shot saved by Januzzi. His action deep in the Grizzlies zone. As chipping it in is Gervais. His shot goes wide. Gervais back behind Utah's net. Grizz move it ahead. Right side and poking it out of the zone. Foot race into the Oilers zone as Tulsa will move it off the screen. Grizz look like they cut it off in the right point as they feed it to the left corner. Legrone collides with Dakota Raby, and puck goes back to Tulsa. Mike McKee skates around his net towards the far side. He lifts it out to center ice, and now the puck is off the screen again. As, let's see, Cutler in the area, as now Dante Sheriff will slice it out to Saris. Long-range pass connects. Slot, righty shot, saved by Januzzi. And let's see, the Oilers might have been called for offside with 13:45 left in the second. Time out on the ice. Cole Gallant got his third of the year, 5:18 into the second. It's now Tulsa 2, Utah 1 on the Grizzlies Hockey Network. Tulsa 2, Utah 1. Cole Gallant scored 5:18 into the second. Burke and Mayhew with the assist. For Nathan Burke, it's his 5th assist of the year. He now has 10 points. Kyle Mayhew picked up his 5th assist of the season. And for Gallant, it's his 3rd goal. He now has 5 points, or he has 6 points on the year, 3 goals and 3 assists. Draw's going to be the Oilers zone. And if you're listening on YouTube, bear with me, as unfortunately the camera operator has been a little bit wide of the mark here so far. Stapley will take the draw as it's in the near circle. Tulsa wins it. They get it to Andy Carroll, who skates around his net to the far side as the Oilers lift it out to center. The puck bounces at center ice. Stapley throws it back to his blue line. Yoon slides it to Teixeira. Teixeira guides it back to Yoon. Yoon skates down the middle. Now he crosses center on the right wing. Yoon chips it in, chases after it. Junka behind his net will feed it along the far wing boards as Polson tried to backhand it out. And the puck lifts and goes out to center. Stapley chases after it. He gets it. He's back in his own zone as he moves it ahead. 7 minutes into the second period, 2-1 Tulsa. Teixeira crosses center ice left wing, dumps it in. Carroll skates around his net. Carroll playing for Tulsa, wearing number 14. Oilers cross center. Now they gain the line left circle. They veer off to the right. Tulsa with a righty shot. Saved by Januzzi. As Dante Sheriff back in the left point, slices it across. Tulsa's shot goes wide. As Penner along the far wing boards, kicks it to Semick, back towards Penner. It goes into the Oilers zone. Tulsa throws it to the right side. Oilers dropping off for Sheriff, who skates around Utah's net. Januzzi gets cut off. Sheriff with a shot, and it's blocked. Januzzi lost his stick. He gets it back. Berg throws it to center ice. Grizzlies enter as Aragon back to Berg. Berg skates to the corner. He gets cut off by Sheriff, who's on his backside as the Oilers, far side, feed it towards the middle as they carry it out of the zone. Tulsa with a right wing pass to Sheriff. He enters onside and flips to the corner, bounced off the Mayhew. Now it kicks to the corner as the Oilers, right side, get hit. Around the net is Carson Vogt. He's being shadowed by Penner. Tulsa centers it. High slot. Lefty shot goes wide. Krankovic gets around a check. Puck to the left circle. Now they center it towards Provaca. He'll take a shot that's blocked. It looked like it was blocked by his own guy. Tulsa fires off the backboard behind Utah's net. Krankovic gets it. He skates towards the left side and throws it around the net. Oilers, right side. Lefty shot goes wide. I think that was taken by Kyler Wall. Now left wing. Tulsa fires towards the net. It goes wide as it ricochets off the near boards. Wall around to Michael Farron. Farron gets hit by Aragon. Stone in there as well. Stone chips it out. Puck kind of skips towards Junko, who comes way out of his net to throw an outlet pass off the near boards at center ice. As Krankovic dumps it in, Raby chases after it. He gets it deep in the Grizzlies zone. He skates around Januzzi's net towards the far side about 9 minutes into the second period. Tulsa leads Utah 2-1. Behind the Grizz net is Josh Wesley, the captain. Wesley with a long-range pass ahead, and it doesn't connect as it ricochets off the backboard. Legrone back behind his net, no icing. Mike McKee will slide it ahead. Right side, Grizz fire towards the net. It gets blocked. Outlet pass to Reggie Millette. He gets on the right side. Pass ahead is poked away by Wesley. Wesley almost collided with Mayhew as Wesley backhands it to the center ice logo. Tulsa gets it back. Oilers to the right side. Jimmy Lodge skates down the middle. He slices through 2 defenders. Lodge gets back check. Grizzlies hit with a high stick. Shot saved by Januzzi as Nathan Burke was on a back check. He got hit with a high stick. I don't know that they're going to make a call, though, as Stapley argues his case with the referee, Marc-Olivier Faneuf, as it looked like Burke got hit with a high stick, but no call, as we'll skate 5-on-5 as there's 10:36 left in the second. We're about halfway through the scheduled 60-minute affair. Tulsa has a power play goal and a shorty in the first period. Grizzlies have the only 5-on-5 goal in the game. That was scored by Cole Gallant, 5:18 in, with Burke and Mayhew getting the assists. Tulsa's outshot Utah 17-12. So Utah with 4 shots in the second period. The Oilers have taken 5. Face off in the far circle, won by the Grizz. Teixeira around Januzzi's net. He slides to Burke along the near boards. Burke gets hit, and he goes down as Polson tripped him up. No call. Burke tries to get back to his feet. Now he does. Burke tried to move it ahead. Puck stays along the boards. Now the puck skips to Tulsa. Right circle. Righty shot. Saved by Januzzi. That was taken by Polson. Polson's got 7 goals this year. As out to center ice. Grizzlies cross center and dump it in. As Junka feeds it to the near side about halfway through the second period. And now we're exactly at the halfway point as Gallant feeds it back to the corner of the near side. Stapley skates back to the bench as Tulsa has the puck. Oilers feed it to the near side for Sheriff, who moves it ahead. Tulsa enters the zone. Berg hits Sheriff. Right wing, we get a whistle. A play with a high stick. Looks like it's a call, but Utah gets it and clears it out. And it looks like icing is going to be on Utah as there's 9:37 left in the second. Oilers up to 19 shots. Grizzlies have 12. As Cole Gallant argues this case with the referee, McMessner out there, so is Adam Berg. I know the one thing we've learned about this weekend is watching hockey live and in person is the way to be. And Grizzlies will be home for a 3-game set against Allen, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday this week. Tulsa wins the draw. Shot is blocked. Now the Grizz will carry it across center ice. Utah taps it off a Tulsa stick. Brian Yoon will skate back towards the bench. Oilers skate from left to right, as we see it on Flow Sports, or try to at least. Diagonal pass towards the Utah blue line. Grizz move it ahead. Now Tulsa crosses center ice. They gain the line as over in the left circle. Lefty shot. Saved by Januzzi as he makes a stick save as Berg drops it off. Now ahead to center ice. Jacob Semick gains the line. Tried to chip it to his right. It goes off the boards. Messner in the corner. Skates around Tulsa's net along the goal line. Shot. Save as everybody hacking away. Grizz fire it back to the left point. Utah fires a shot and their stick breaks. Well, the equipment let them down. Left side Mayhew shot goes wide as a broken stick is laying over in the right point of the Oilers zone. Grizz get it. Berg around the net to Mayhew, gets pushed. Puck goes back to the far circle, and Tulsa gets it. They'll carry it out to center ice. They move it ahead to center. Oilers drop it off to the left side. They tried to find a cutting Krenkovic down the middle. He couldn't get it. Grizzlies skate down the middle. Martell 2-on-1. Centers it over to Cutler. He'll take a shot. And it looks like Junka made a save and deflected it out of play. Boy, golden opportunity on a 2-on-1 for the Grizz to tie it up. Martell was on the right side, got to the circle, centered it to wide open Cutler, but Junka made the save. 8:22 left in the second. Oilers lead the Grizzlies 2-1. We're back in 30 seconds on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to AmericaFirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
.16 and counting left in the second period. Oilers lead the Grizzlies 2-1. Tulsa 19 shots to Utah's 14. Action deep in the Tulsa zone as a 2-on-2 battle behind the Oilers net. Oilers come out of the pile with the puck as Keyshawn Gervais moves it out to center ice. Tulsa 2-on-3 they enter. Jimmy Lodge to the left side drops it off for Carl Boudrea. Back to Lodge. Now Boudrea left wing shot is saved by Januzzi. Rebound goes to Utah as the Oilers throw it to the left circle. Shot saved by Januzzi. Dives to keep it in. As, the Oilers took a shot. It bounced off of Januzzi and then slid slowly towards the goal line. And Januzzi dove back towards the goal line to make the save. 7:47 left in the second as the Oilers came close to making it 3-1. As that was a blast from the far circle. But Januzzi was able to dive on the puck before it crossed the goal line. Draw's going to be in the far circle of the Grizzlies zone as Januzzi will adjust his pads and get reset. Brett Stapley will take the draw against Alec Butcher. Butcher in his third game with Tulsa. He scored 3 goals in his first 2 games with the Oilers, including 2 last night. Tulsa leads 2-1, 7:47 left in the second. Draw won by Stapley and the Grizzlies as Teixeira skates around his net. Teixeira moves it out to center ice. And Now the Oilers throw it back to neutral ice as the camera operator is slow going to his left, it looks like. As Butcher gets to the corner, throws it back to the near side as Nathan Burke avoids a check as Poulsen got a little bit of him. As Burke lost a stick, he picks it back up. As play goes back to the Oilers zone, Tulsa resets the attack as the Oilers regain the screen and center ice as they throw it in. As Profaka ricochets it off the end boards, his shot from the right wing goes wide. Grizz moving out to center, and now the Oilers get it back as Profaka now off the screen. They'll back it out as the Oilers look like they're very patient with their approach here in the second period. Oilers slide it ahead, and right now it's back to center ice. Now it's deep in the Grizzlies zone. Bear with me. It's tough to describe what's going on here as the Grizz move it ahead. No icing. Deep in the Oilers zone as Tulsa with a long-range pass, and that doesn't connect. Arm is raised by the linesman, and the Oilers are called for icing with 6:37 left in the second. It looked like both teams for the last minute just kind of exchanged long-range passes at each other. You know, for the Grizzlies, it's their third game in 48 hours. For the Oilers, it's the second game of a back-to-back. But, you know, on this occasion, sometimes fatigue plays in about halfway through. And I almost wonder if those type of games, third game in 3 days, if you see a little bit more icings than you do each of the first two games of those series. As Mayhew wins the draw, left side, slides it towards the net. Raby backhand shot, saved by Junka, and he holds on. While Mayhew was in the left side, just kind of slid it to Raby, who was out in front of the net near side. Raby with a backhand shot looking for a second goal of the year. But Junka made the save. Junca, his last name. Native of France, 6'5", 203 pounds. Cutler will take the drives out there with the Rooster, Jordan Martell, and Dakota Raby, who's going to line up on the left wing. Grizz up to 14 shots, 6 here in the second period. Oilers 21 shots, including 9 in the second period. Grizz get it, right point. Righty shot goes wide as Grizz around the net. As Martell chips to the corner. As Cutler skates back towards the corner. As he was initially skating to the point, now he reverses back towards the point. He gets to Raby. Raby back to Cutler, who's off the screen right side. Cutler gets hit and loses it. As puck goes to the high slot, Grizz move it ahead. Martell gets poke checked away. And the puck goes back over to Tulsa in the far circle. They slide it out to center ice as Mayhew skips it to Raby. Raby dumps it in the corner and chases after it. Mike McKee avoids a check of Raby. As McKee will feed it back to the near corner for Doogie Legrone, who's got a goal tonight, his first of the year, which was in the first period. As Farron back to McKee, over to Legrone. 5.5 minutes left in the third. Legrone with a long-range pass, and it goes deep in the Grizzlies zone. Wesley chases after it and drops it off for Penner. Penner, long-range pass to center ice, picked off by Profaka, as dumping it in is Millette. Puck to the far corner. Grizzlies will lift it all the way deep in the Oilers zone. And Matt Messner chases after it. Oilers roll it along towards the far boards. Now right side, shot, glove saved by Junka. As somebody from the right point that was off the screen took a shot. Junka made a glove save. Shot looked like it was going to go wide, but he holds on with 5:01 left in the second. We're back in 1 minute. Tulsa still leads 2-1 on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
This isn't just copper. It's our job. It's food on our families' tables. Without it, we couldn't stay in touch. It's what keeps our homes warm and our lights on. It's the power behind the team and a greener, brighter future. This isn't just copper. It's a proud Utah and a strong America.
There's 5 minutes and 1 second left in the second period. Tulsa leads 2-1. Oilers scored 2 first-period goals. Doogie Legrone 8-10 in with Tyler Poulsen and Dante Sheriff getting the assist. It was a power play goal. Then the Oilers scored shorthanded, 14:44 in, as Jackson Weeb scored on a centering pass from Kyle Krenkovic. Grizz got on the board 5:18 into the second period as Cole Gallant got his third of the year. Nathan Burke and Kyle Mayhew with the assists. Both teams have taken 9 shots here in the second period. Tulsa 21 to Utah's 17. Draws going to be in the far circle of the Oilers zone. Brett Stapley will take it. Stapley 3 assists so far in the 2 games in the road trip that were completed. This is the third of 3 games on the road in the Central Time Zone. Tulsa clears it out after winning the draw. Brian Yoon slides it off the far wing boards to center ice. A Grizzly player got hit in the back, couldn't accept the pass. As the puck goes back to Teixeira, he moves to center ice, looking for Stapley. Tulsa pokes it away. Yoon slides it ahead, goes to the Grizz. They enter the zone. Utah chips over to the right point. Tulsa nudges it back to center. Oilers gather the puck. They skate in the zone. Tulsa feeds it off the near wing boards. It goes into the corner. Sheriff in the area as Tyler Polson gets pushed by Teixeira. And coming up with it is Yoon. Yoon slides it ahead past Sheriff as Burke gets tripped up, no call. Now the Grizzlies enter. Utah centers over to Burke. Backhand shot. Saved by Junka. Then Burke ran into Junka. I think he just lost his balance as he collided with the Tulsa goaltender and looked like he held on to the netminder. 4:13 left in the second as Burke fired a backhand shot. And I think the momentum of the shot just kind of pushed him all the way into the Tulsa goaltender. Make sure to go to the Grizzlies team store when you're at Maverick Center. Get some Christmas gear. You can get a Grizzlies jersey. You can also get some creative shirts. Almost want that shirt there they got there in Tulsa. Tulsa does wear a pinstripe shirt. That's one of the jerseys they wear. You got to come get that Grizzlies third jersey that they wore last week with the G in the front. Looks like Junka took a few seconds to gather himself after Burke ran into him. We couldn't tell if any Oiler, responded and tried to get after Burke. I think it was certainly an accident for Burke, as I think the momentum of the shot that he took and kind of him being off balance kind of forced him into Junka. Grizz win the draw. Cutler's shot goes wide. Raby chips it out in front, looking for Cutler. Too many Oilers in the way. Tulsa carries it out 2-on-2. They cross center. Now they step over the blue line. Tulsa feeds over to the right corner, chasing after it's Profaka. Puck goes back over. Jimmy Lodge and Martell. Malek gets boxed out by Jordan Stone. Great play by Stone out in front of his net. As the glass shakes behind Utah's net, as Stone delivers a hit on Millette. As Martell carries the puck, drops it off for Cutler. Cutler crosses center ice. As Cutler drives it in. Shot saved by Junka. As the Oilers throw back to the near side. 3.5 minutes left in the second period. Oilers lead 2-1. Grizz have the only goal so far in the middle frame. As Legrone and McKee play catch. Now McKee slides it slowly to center ice for Lodge, who gets it in the right wing. He moves to Millette, who steps over the blue line. As now Messner pokes it away. Grizz in the offensive zone. As they skate to the corner. As Berg holds up an Oiler and Doogie Legrone. As McMessner in the way. Messner over there with Legrone. Now Messner gets pushed in the corner. Berg gets hit by McKee. Berg gets it back to Messner. Messner backhands it to the point. As somebody took a shot from off the screen. Now they get it across the right. Shot saved by Junka. And I think that was Josh Wesley that took the shot, as he's usually out there with Mayhew. As Millette throws it out of the zone. Wesley chases after it. He gets at the Utah goal line. Skates around Januzzi's net. As Wesley gets to center ice. Wesley now carries it into the zone. Right circle. Wesley drops it off. Nobody was home. Utah chases after it and gets it. Grizz fired towards the middle. Tulsa picks it off. Now locating it. Goes to center ice. Tulsa gets in. 3-on-2. Michael Farron centering pass out in front. Krenkovic couldn't reach it. Pass was wide and goes out the far boards. Burke throws it to the right side. Grizz trying to get it back to Burke on the give and go. Tulsa took it away. Oilers carry it in. As they drop it off. Now trying to get it back to Carson Vogt on the give and go. Grizzlies clear it out to center. As Oilers will wrap it around the boards after crossing center ice. 2 minutes left in the second period. Oilers still lead 2-1. Grizz enter as Cutler towards the far corner. Gets double teamed. Now Cutler gets it back. He skates towards the point. Cutler fires towards the net. It gets bounced away. Burke with a shot and fanned on it as he was trying to get the bouncing puck off the ice. Carson Vogt carries it across center ice, and he'll drive it in as it skips off the ice and ricochets off the backboards on 2 hops. Grizz long-range passer back in the offensive zone. Right side, lefty shot goes wide. I think that was taken by Cutler. As puck goes back to Tulsa, they'll move it out to center ice. Yoon gathers it and throws it back in. 1.5 minutes left in the second. Still 2-1 Tulsa. Up ahead to Butcher. He gains center ice. Butcher will fire it off the left corner, deep in the Grizzlies zone. Tulsa trying for some momentum here to the end of the period. As Stone holds up Poulsen in the corner. Now the puck goes back to Messner. McMessner will move it to Semick in the left side. Semick gains center ice. And he'll wrap it around the wall. as Raby back to Messner is behind the net. Messner gets pushed. As Messner now gets held up by number 13, Butcher. As Messner feeds up top. Righty shot, and that goes wide. I think that was taken by Stone. Sheriff crosses center ice wearing number 29. Sheriff gains the line, skeets towards his left, and he'll tap it to the left corner off the boards. He gets it. Now Sheriff skeets towards the circle. Now he gets around to Grizzly. Now Sheriff's on the right side. Drops it off for Legron. Legron fires towards the net. Saved by Januzzi. Left wing shot goes wide as Grizz will pitch it out to center ice. And puck is off the screen again. Tulsa gains center ice. I'm really trying hard to keep my cool with this camera. As Grizz moving out to center. It's off the screen again as Semic gets hit. And he got hit by Boudreau. Raby over to the right side to Aragon. Aragon gains the line. He gets pushed along the far boards by McKee. Shot saved by Junka. 5 seconds left in the period. As Tulsa, Carl Boudreau gets to center ice. Gervais slices it in. And that will do it for 40 minutes over at BOK Center. The Grizzlies outscored the Oilers 1-0 in the second period as Cole Gallant scored 5:18 in with Nathan Burke and Kyle Mayhew getting the assists. I believe it was Mayhew to Burke to Gallant, who was on the left side as Burke was on the right. And then Gallant fired away for Utah's first goal of the night. So it's going to be an interesting third period. Grizz certainly looked good in the second. And we'll see what happens here in the third, as it's going to be critical that that next goal, is it going to be a 2-goal Tulsa lead, or is it going to be the Grizz that tie it up? We'll see what happens. We'll recap the first two periods statistically, and we'll also go over some scores from around the world of sports. We're through 40 minutes over at BOK Center, and the Grizzlies get a goal in the second. They still trail Tulsa 2-1 on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Maverick's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
This isn't just copper. It's our job. It's food on our family's tables. Without it, we couldn't stay in touch. It's what keeps our homes warm and our lights on. It's the power behind the team and a greener, brighter future. This isn't just copper. It's a proud Utah and a strong America.
Second intermission over at BOK Center. Tulsa leads 2-1, but Cole Gallant, 5:18 into the second period, got his third of the year. We'll recap the first two periods when we come back in 30 seconds on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
This isn't just copper. It's our job. It's food on our family's tables. Without it, we couldn't stay in touch. It's what keeps our homes warm and our lights on. It's the power behind the team and a greener, brighter future. This isn't just copper. It's a proud Utah and a strong America.
It's Tulsa 2, Utah 1. Looks like a fun game at BOK Center. Wish we could watch it. All right, I'm going to try to keep my cool as best I can, but if you're watching on Flow Sports, that's the exact screen that I'm trying to describe the game off of. Halfway through the contest, Iowa leads Toledo 4-0. Late second period, Wichita leads Rapid City 1-0. Late in regulation, looks like Wheeling is going to get a 4-0 victory over Kalamazoo. Fort Wayne scored 2 goals in the third period. They forced overtime. Fort Wayne and Indy tied it 2. Both teams get a standing point. We'll find out later on who gets that second point. South Carolina defeats Trois-Rivières 3-2 in Orlando. It's a 2-1 winner over the Atlanta Gladiators. Tulsa scored 2 goals in special teams situations in the first period. Doogie Legron got a power play goal, 8-10 in with Tyler Polson and Dante Sheriff getting the assists. And then Tulsa scored shorthanded, and it was late in the Grizzlies' power play. And the Grizz actually did a good job the first minute and a half on that power play, keeping the puck in the offensive zone. But then Tulsa got a 2-on-1 the other way as Krankovic threw it to the right wing for Jackson Weeb. Weeb took the shot and just kind of bounced off of Januzzi and then slowly crept towards the goal line and across the line before the Grizz were able to clear it out. That made it a 2-0 game. It's the fourth shorthanded goal allowed by the Grizzlies this season. That was 14:44 into the first period. Jackson Weeb got his second of the year. He's now got a goal in back-to-back games. Tulsa led 2-0 after one period. The Oilers outshot the Grizzlies 12-8 in the first period. In the second frame, the Grizz had an 11-9 shot edge. Cole Gallant found the back of the net 5:18 into the second, with Nathan Burke and Kyle Mayhew getting the assist. And so it's interesting, the three goals in this game were all scored in different fashions. Tulsa on the power play, Tulsa shorthanded, and the Grizz got a 5-on-5 goal. Obviously, you have to like the response for the Grizzlies at getting more shots than Tulsa. Certainly a tough test and a tough task, considering that the Oilers, on average, have outshot their opponents by 7.2 per game, where the Grizzlies seem to be breaking even in terms of shots for and shots against. We'll see what happens in the third. For Utah, in terms of their shot attempts, Dakota Raby and Nathan Burke each have two, or they each have four, does Raby and Burke. 2 shots each for Mick Messner, Josh Wesley, and Brandon Cutler. And then 1 shot each for Stapley, Jordan Stone, Penner, Gallant, and Martell. Gallant's only shot found the back of the net. For Tulsa, it seems like they've had a pretty balanced attack, and they're without their top scorer. It looked like originally Eddie Matsushima was going to be in the lineup. He's tied for the club lead with Kyle Krankovic, as each guy has 19 points going into play tonight. Krankovic did get an assist, so he now leads the club with 20 points. That's certainly a big loss, as Matsushima has 7 goals this season. He's been a key contributor for the Oilers over the last couple of years. So it looks like the attack in terms of shots have been pretty balanced for them. Polson with 3 shots, and then it looks like 6 guys have 2 shots each, and then a few others have chipped in with 1 for the Oilers. Among the guys that have 2 shots include Dougie Legron, who has 1 goal and is a +1. Jackson Weeb has only taken 1 shot and has found the back of the net to give Tulsa a 2-0 lead. Goaltending battle, Julian Junka has stopped 18 of 19. At least that's how I think Zach Reynolds said it when I tried to listen yesterday as to how to say his name. Dante Januzzi has stopped 19 of 21. So once again, a good effort by Januzzi in his 4th professional game. We'll see if the Grizz can finally get a victory for him. It's the 3rd game in less than 48 hours. We'll see if the Grizzlies have the energy, have the petro to make a 3rd period comeback. Utah has been a pretty good 3rd period club this season. The Grizz certainly had a big shot edge. It's kind of interesting when you look at, from period to period, the shot advantages seem to kind of fluctuate pretty wildly. But for the Grizz in the 3rd period, they've outshot the opponents, I think by a margin of 172 to 135. Is the shot edge the Grizzlies have in the 3rd periods this season. So Tulsa has a 2-1 lead. We'll see what happens in the 3rd period. And it's the last game of the road trip. The Grizz return to Maverick Center for a 3-game series against the Allen Americans. Next home game is going to be on Wednesday night. 7:10 face-off, 6:50 pregame show. And it's going to be an interesting one to see if the Grizzlies can find a way to beat Allen, as it'll be the 2nd meeting this season. It'll be interesting to kind of see Johnny Walker return to Maverick Center now as a member of the visiting team. Walker, one of the more outgoing players in Grizzlies history. He had 2 goals in each of his. He had 2 goals in his first 2 games with the Americans, and we'll see him out there wearing number 6 for Allen later this week. It's gonna be a Smith's family night. 4 tickets for $40, and if you got a little bit of a bigger family, it's just $10 for each additional ticket. Pretty much $10 tickets, 5 tickets for $50, and so on and so forth. So come on out and watch the Grizzlies at an affordable price. And because you're saving a little bit of money on tickets, go to the Grizzlies team store and get some Christmas shopping done. Don't forget, Saturday night's going to be Ugly Sweater Night, as well as the annual Teddy Bear Toss. The Grizz did have over 2,200 teddy bears last season, and we're hoping for more this year. We really do want a lengthy delay after Utah's first goal on Saturday, because we want Grizzlies fans to show up and show out with their ugly sweaters and the teddy bears that are going to be donated to local charities. It's one of those traditions that's a lot of fun across the world of hockey. It seems like every team has a teddy bear toss night. I think the Grizzlies want to do it right this year, and we want to see a ton of teddy bears on the Maverick Center ice. We almost want to see nothing but teddy bears. We don't even want to see the ice on Saturday. We want to see nothing but teddy bears on the ice after Utah's first goal on Saturday night. That's going to be the third game of the three-game series against the Allen Americans. For the Grizz, they're still looking for their first road win of the season. They're down by 1 heading into the third period. And for the Grizz, you're talking about a team that's been pretty good at Maverick Center. They're 6-4 at home, but still looking for their first road win. They are 6-9 on the season. We'll see if the Grizz have a comeback in them in the third period. But when we come back, we'll go over some scores from around the world of sports. As once again, after 2 periods, it's the Tulsa Oilers 2 and the Utah Grizzlies 1. We're back in 1 minute on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverick, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account today.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to americafirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
Second intermission over at BOK Center. Tulsa leads Utah 2-1. I'm hanging out at the Grizz Cave just outside the Grizzlies team store at Maverick Center. Week 13 of the National Football League. Late third quarter, 49ers lead the Eagles 28-13. That game played in Philadelphia, and it's certainly an interesting one if the 49ers can get a victory there. It's the rematch of last season's NFC Championship game. You never know, it could end up being a preview of this year's NFC Championship game. 49ers lead the Eagles 28-13. That game late third quarter. Through 3 quarters, Tampa Bay leads Carolina 14-10. Carolina 1-10 this year. The Buccaneers are 4-7. Late third quarter, Rams lead the Browns 13-10. St. Louis 5-6 this year. Browns are 7-4. They start Joe Flacco at quarterback to the Cleveland Browns. Let's see how he's doing so far. He is 17 of 30 passing for 216 yards, 1 touchdown, and no interceptions in his Browns debut. Chargers defeat the Patriots 6-0. Patriots are now 2-10 this season. Saints made a comeback attempt at home against the Lions, but it wasn't enough. Detroit defeats New Orleans 33-28. Falcons over the Jets 13-8. Cardinals are a 24-10 winner over Pittsburgh. Colts in overtime defeat the Titans 31-28. Dolphins over the Commanders 45-15. Texans defeat the Broncos 22-17. And the night game is going to be Kansas City against Green Bay. Kansas City's a six-point favorite. In the NHL, 5 games in action. 1 has gone final. Wild defeat the Blackhawks 4-1. 5 minutes left in the first period. Sharks and Rangers are tied at 2. That game played at Madison Square Garden. At 5 o'clock, the Blue Jackets will take on the Bruins. And Nashville is at Boston. And at 6 o'clock, the Grizzlies NHL affiliate, the Colorado Avalanche, is at the LA Kings. Well, it's going to be an interesting third period over at BOK Center. And we're still deadlocked for a 3-way tie for the Grizzlies' point lead on the season. Brandon Cutler, Jordan Martell, and Brett Stapley each have 11 points this season. Nathan Burke with the assist on the Gallant goal, 5:18 into the second. Burke now has 10 points this season with 5 goals and 5 assists. When we come back, we'll have third period action over at BOK Center as Tulsa leads Utah 2-1. We'll see if the Grizz have a comeback in them as we'll return in 2 minutes on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
This isn't just copper. It's our job. It's food on our families' tables. Without it, we couldn't stay in touch. It's what keeps our homes warm and our lights on. It's the power behind the team and a greener, brighter future. This isn't just copper. It's a proud Utah and a strong America.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to americafirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
Expectations here will always remain high, and we'll continue to find a way.
Guys put together a lot of good games, you know.
Welcome back to Utah Grizzlies Hockey. We're about set for third period action. This broadcast is presented by Rio Tinto Kennecott, producing premier American copper and proudly celebrating 120 years of operations in the Utah community. We'll see what the Grizzlies have in store in the third period. And we are talking about the Grizzlies' next homestand against the Allen Americans, and I'm certainly looking forward to that. Allen's one of those teams. They play a fun brand of hockey, and it's going to be interesting to see what they look like on Wednesday night. Utah will look for a little bit of revenge, as on Friday night, Allen defeated Utah by a 3-2 score. But the Grizz, were outstanding in terms of the shot count in the third period. They outshot the Americans 23-3 in the third period. But last night, when the Grizzlies were looking for a comeback against Tulsa, the Oilers outshot the Grizzlies by a wide margin in the third period. I think it was 16-4 in the third period. Tulsa had the edge. So we'll see what happens here tonight. We've been talking a lot about Brandon Cutler, Jordan Martell, Brett Stapley. Obviously, each guy has 11 points this season. Mick Messner certainly made his presence felt. And Kyle Mayhew, just one of those guys that game in and game out. He plays a ton of minutes and seems like he's always involved. He now has 4 goals and 4 assists this season, as Mayhew picked up an assist on the Cole Gallant goal. Actually, Mayhew now has 5 assists on the season and 9 points. The 9 points lead all Grizzlies blue liners. Dante Januzzi's certainly been solid for the Grizzlies. His record is 0-3 coming into play tonight, but you talk about a guy that, just game in and game out, does a good job keeping the Grizzlies in games. He made his pro debut on November 18th. He stopped 31 of 34. Utah lost 3-2. He got the start last game of the homestand on November 25th against the Growlers, and he stopped 27 of 28. And the first game of the road trip stopped 27 of 30. His save percentage coming into play tonight was .924. Goaltender Trent Miner got the start last night for the Colorado Eagles. Eagles ended up losing 4-3, I believe. Miner stopped 21 of 24, if I remember right, in the game against the Iowa Wild. I think Iowa ended up winning 3-2. But, Trent Miner, last of a 3-year NHL entry-level deal, and he's currently in the AHL. And we really have no clue how long he'll be up there. Could be up there another week. He could be back in a Grizzlies uniform this week, as soon as Wednesday. We really don't know. And it's kind of the uncertainty of the goaltending situation. But, I think the Grizzlies are in good hands with Januzzi. He's shown that this week. And, when healthy, Garrett Metcalf can be about as strong as anybody. Metcalf got the start in last night's game, stopping 33 of 38. Grizz will skate from left to right as we try to see it on Flow Sports. Your mind's eye see it on YouTube. And we beg for a little bit of patience, as describing the game's a little bit more difficult than it normally would be. Penner will take the draw. We mentioned Messner's out there. I think Adam Berg is also going to be on the ice to start the period. Josh Wesley and Kyle Mayhew will be the starting defensive pairing. It's the same 5 that got the start for the Grizzlies tonight. So it might be Cole Gallant. Gallant picked up that second period goal. As the Oilers mascot, they show him every time before the period, and he always looks like he's in that constant frown, that constant state of panic, it looks like, on his face, as he rings a big bell from left to right, and looks like he gets the crowd going. We'll see what happens here in the third period. Oilers have outshot the Grizzlies 21-19. We'll keep a close eye on that shot count as the period progresses, and how many good scoring chances the Grizz have as they try to tie up this game. As the puck goes to Tulsa here at the start of the third period, Oilers from right to left wearing a white jersey with red numbers, Grizzlies in the black jersey, white number, professional green trim. As Carson Vogt wraps it around the wall, big collision near Januzzi's net towards the far side as the Oilers skate towards the corner as Michael Farron loses his balance. Penner in the area as well as Messner. As Messner holds his ground, scrum along the near boards. Penner comes out for the puck with Utah. He'll get it to Wesley. He lifts it out to center ice, and the puck looks like it bounced off the glass and went out of play. As Draw's going to be back in the Grizzlies zone. 19:27 left in the third. As Utah makes its first line change of the third period, it was Adam Berg that was out there with Messner and Penner there to start the third period. Now Cutler's on the ice with Dakota Raby, and I think that's the Rooster, Jordan Martell, that's out there as well with Messner and Wesley. As Utah wins the draw, Mayhew over to Wesley, who skips it out to center ice. It's gloved and dropped by Tulsa. They tried to dump it in, but bounced off a teammate. Grizz move it ahead. They gained the line. Martell stops in the right point. He feathers it across off the boards. Cutler skates towards the far corner, somehow exits the zone. Mayhew back at center ice will chip it across to Wesley. Wesley gains center ice and dumps in, make that Martell. As puck to the far side, Grizz deliver a hit as Legrone gets back to his feet as the Oilers. Well, the puck is deep in the Oilers zone to the right side. McKee over to Legrone, who taps it off the far wall, and Stapley picks it up at center ice. Stapley skates down the middle. Now veers off to the right as he's over the line. Stapley now in the corner, gets around Mike McKee. Stapley chips it over to Martell. Martell, sharp-angled shot saved by Junka. Stapley hits the ice with an Oiler as the Grizz get it back up top. Now it's the high slot. Raby, lefty shot is blocked. McKee head towards Tyler Polson. He loses it at center ice as the Oilers try to carry it over the line, and Sheriff loses it. Right wing pass to Stapley. He dumps it in as Oilers back in their own corner. Luka Profaka moves it ahead to Sheriff. Dante Sheriff didn't play last night. He's got good speed. He crosses center ice and shovels it in as Teixeira gets blasted in the far corner. The glass sways back and forth. Right side shot goes wide off the backboard as Hume back to Teixeira. He skates to the corner where the glass is really still swaying back and forth. It goes to Tulsa at center ice. Oilers regain the line as Hilderman skates to the near goal line. Backhand shot saved by Januzzi as he makes the glove stop. Easy for me to say. 11:38 left in the third. Tulsa still leads 2-1. Make sure to go to UtahGrizzlies.com for all the latest information on Utah Grizzlies hockey, including tickets for this weekend's games against the Allen Americans. Don't forget the Grizzlies' next home game will be on Wednesday night, a 7:10 start for Smith's Family Night, and that's going to be a lot of fun. That's going to be 3 days from now, Grizzlies and the Americans. Penner's kicked out of the circle. Now taking the draws, Aaron Aragon, wearing number 15. Draw won by kind of scrum in the corner near side. Grizz come out with the puck. As Aragon moves it ahead, Grizzlies try to slice it out, and Tulsa is somehow able to keep it in. Now the puck goes towards the middle. Penner lifts it out. Grizz chip it in as Aragon chases after it with good speed, but the Oilers getting there first as Hilderman hikes it out to center ice as Boudrea moves it ahead. Grizz get it back. They try to get Burke at center ice. Tulsa gathers it and flips it back in. Januzzi gives it to Semick, who scored his first pro goal last night. Semick with a left wing pass to the Grizz at center ice. Utah crosses center as Utah chips it in off the near boards. 2-on-3 battle as Berg gets over with Cutler. Cutler can't break free of Michael Farron. Now Berg over around the near corner. Berg dances around. Now he gets up top to Wesley, who slides it to his left. Mayhew, shot goes wide And we're guessing it's Mayhew. He was off the screen. Now puck goes back to the left point. Mayhew has it. As now he chips it off the far boards to Martell, who centers it out in front. Tulsa picks it off. Oilers carry it out to center ice. Now Oilers with a left wing pass to Farron. He'll take a righty shot. And it goes wide. He tried to go glove side on Januzzi. As Utah will carry it across center ice. Utah gains the line. Raby over to Cutler, left wing. Cutler with a blast. Saved by Junka. As around the net, they get to Martell, right side shot. Saved by Junka. Rebound shot. Saved by Junka again. As Grizzlies had a couple good looks there, and Junka gave up a rebound, but it stays 2-1 as the Oilers carried across center ice 4 minutes into the period. Farron got to the corner, but he got cut off. Martell moves it ahead as the arm is raised by the linesman. I think Utah's called for icing with 15:52 left in the third. These teams will meet 10 times during the regular season. It's the fourth meeting this year between the Grizzlies and Oilers. Utah swept Tulsa in a 2-game set at the start of the regular season. Utah got a 5-3 victory on opening night on October 21st. And then Garrett Metcalf had a 35-save shutout on Sunday, October 22nd. Oilers win the draw. They skate from right to left over in the offensive zone. Right wing shot saved by Januzzi. Rebound goes to Utah as they'll tap it off the near wing boards. It goes to center ice. Yoon slices it in as playing it behind his nets. Junka as Kyler Wall feeds it to the far side. 4.5 minutes into the third as the Oilers get it out to center. They cross center. Sheriff gets around Teixeira. He skates the right circle. Now Sheriff around the net. Wraparound shot. And a save by Januzzi, who somehow kicked his leg out. Left side as the Oilers skate towards their right. Sheriff loses the puck. Grizzlies cross center. Utah tried to drop it off for Stapley. He wasn't looking for the pass at the Tulsa blue line. As the Oilers cross center right. Sheriff with good speed. Gets around Gallant. Skates towards the right circle. Shot blocked by Yoon. As the Oilers, far circle, get it back up top. Now across to Mike McKee. He's in the left wing. Takes a lefty shot. And it bounces off a Gallant and flies high into the air. It's gloved and dropped by Utah as the Grizz lifted out to center. As Doogie Legrone chases after it. And icing is on Utah with 14:48 left in the third. Tulsa still leads 2-1. Nobody has scored here so far in the third. It's Cole Gallant back out there. Jordan Stone. He's from around these parts. I don't know where he lives. He might live in the Park City area. As Stapley will take the draw against Keyshawn Gervais. As draw won by the Grizz. They'll tap it off the near glass. Grizz clear it out to center. Tulsa around center ice. Legrone moves it back in as Januzzi behind his net, the former Portland Winterhawk, over towards Yoon. Gallant in the area. Gallant will slide it out to center ice. It goes to Messner. Messner gains the line and veers off to the left. Messner now at the far goal line. Gets around. Wraparound shot. Saved by Junka. Rebound shot goes wide. Gallant and Burke out in front of the net trying to get a rebound. As the Oilers tap it off the glass, it gets redirected, no icing. Januzzi slides it along the far wing boards as Grizz will skate towards their right. Utah now across the center. Burke with good speed. Left wing pass. Grizz enter. Left wing. Lefty shot. Saved by Junka as puck goes back off the screen. Left point. Shot. And it goes wide. I think it got blocked before it got to Junka. And now the puck goes back left wing. Lefty shot goes wide. As now Wesley, right wing, feeds it to the near goal line. It slides along the boards to the far side. As Grizz in the corner, Adam Berg feeds it back to the left point. Grizz, shot goes wide. I think that was Mayhew. As Gervais collides with Wesley. Gervais bounces the puck off of Wesley. It lifts in the air. Dropped in the near corner. Gervais skates back to the far side. Keyshawn Gervais with good speed. 5'9", 170 pounds. He gets to center ice and dumps it in. As Utah will move it out to center ice. And now Tulsa has it back in their own end. They throw a long-range pass. It connects left side. Krenkovic stops along the near boards, waits for everybody else to enter the zone. Martell trying to clear it out. It bounced off a Folk and goes deeper in the Grizzlies zone. As Tulsa look to center it, pass too hot to handle. Now it goes to the Rooster. Martell crosses center, left wing pass. Grizz enter. As they slice it in deep, it goes back to Tulsa. As Profaka, puck behind, bouncing in front of the net. Folk throws to the left side, couldn't clear it out. Mayhew shot saved by Junka as the Grizz over in the far corner there in the offensive zone. They skate around the net. Behind the net, Grizz will carry it back towards the far side. Martell shot saved by Junka, and the puck deflects out of play. Boy, Utah's had some good looks, but it stays a 2-1 game. 12 minutes, 40 seconds left in the third. Tulsa leads Utah 2-1 on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
This isn't just copper. It's our job. It's food on our families' tables. Without it, we couldn't stay in touch. It's what keeps our homes warm and our lights on. It's the power behind the team and a greener, brighter future. This isn't just copper. It's a proud Utah and a strong America.
Maverick's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
Welcome back to the Grizzlies Hockey Network, presented by Rio Tinto Kennecott. Grizzlies Hockey also brought to you by Mountain Land Supply Company, as well as Coca-Cola, where real magic is only a sip away. I know I'm going to have a Coca-Cola beverage here after the game. I don't know what we're going to have, whether it's Coca-Cola or one of its variances. I like vanilla Coke. I thought that was pretty good. Grizz will have an offensive zone draw. Stapley will take the face-off. He's out there with Nathan Burke. Up top is Yoon and Teixeira. Looks like Cole Gallant's out there as well. The shots are even. Here 23 apiece. Grizz have a slight edge in the third period. As draw won by the Oilers, it's 2-1 Tulsa. As the Oilers, Tyler Polson moves it across center ice, and the puck bounces in the Grizzlies zone. Utah chasing after it. Yoon's a +6 this season. He has the puck along the near goal line. Now he starts the attack. Long-range pass ahead as Grizz get into the zone. Stapley makes a nice move. Far goal line. Tries to feather it out in front of Burke. He got held up and couldn't accept the pass. Tulsa out to center ice as Sheriff chases after it. Yoon taps it ahead as puck is in Oilers territory. As behind the net, Tulsa gets to the far corner. Burke delivers a hit in the corner as Burke gets the puck. As he'll dance towards his left, he'll feed it off the wall. Mayhew skates to the far goal line. He gets cut off and loses the puck as Tulsa moves it ahead. Grizz fires a shot that goes wide as Utah. Mayhew gets it up top and it exits the zone. As Polson throws to Mayhew. Mayhew's at the Utah blue line. Right wing pass to Cutler. Cutler gets to the line and maybe the Grizzlies were offside. Where the camera stayed in neutral ice and the Grizzlies were entering the offensive zone, and I'm not sure what happened. 11:34, draw's going to be in the Tulsa zone. It looks like we're skating 5-on-5. Raby's on the left wing. Cutler will take the face off. Mayhew and Wesley are out there. The Rooster, Jordan Martell, watch out for him. He leads the Grizzlies with 6 goals this season. As a draw won by the Oilers, Andy Carroll will pitch it out. And now the Oilers move it ahead. Sheriff gets to the line. Right wing. Righty shot saved by Januzzi. As now it's out to center ice. The Oilers backing out into their own zone, wearing a white jersey with red numbers. Tulsa out to center ice. Pass didn't connect. No icing though. As Januzzi behind his net will slice it over to the far side. Mayhew around Utah's net towards the near side. He gets blasted. Glass sways back and forth. Wesley will spin it out to center ice. It goes back to the Oilers. Oilers will move it ahead, but the pass goes wide. Mayhew back in his own end about halfway through the third period. Mayhew crosses center ice, gets to the line, right wing pass, but everybody stops skating as it looks like the Grizzlies are offside with 10:45 left in the third. Grizz still looking for their first road win this season. They're 0-5 away from Maverick Center, but it's just a 1-goal game. Tulsa leads 2-1. See if the Grizzlies have a comeback in them. I think if you're Utah, you have to like the way the puck possession's played here so far in the first half of the third period. Messner will take the draw. He's out there with Aragon and Adam Berg. Berg in his third game in a Grizzlies uniform. He'll make his home debut later this week. Off the draw, shot is blocked away. Now Berg tries to feed it out in front. It goes to the left circle. Lefty shot. That one's blocked by Tulsa. It was taken by Semick as Messner along the far goal line skates around Tulsa's net. He gets challenged. Messner gets pushed along the wall. Skating back's another Grizzly. He gets pushed along the wall off the screen, and the arm is raised by the referee. There's going to be a penalty. Who's it going to be on? As an aggressive 2-on-2 battle in the corner. Looks like roughing's going to be the call. Who is it? And it looks like an Oilers being escorted to the box. Well, we camera didn't show us the battle in the corner, but looked like an Oiler got too aggressive there for the referee's liking. So it's going to be a power play for Utah here halfway through the third period. So the Grizz get Brandon Cutler on the ice. This is a critical sequence for the Grizzlies here. They've been pretty strong on their power play over the last 3 weeks. They had a power play goal in last night's game. They were 1 for 2. Let's see if they get on the board here to tie it up. Cutler will take the draw. And watch out for Brett Stapley. He's been critical in terms of his passing on the power play. He's also got some good goal-scoring ability. But Tulsa wins the face-off, and they'll clear it all the way out. Januzzi plays behind his net, as he'll give it to Kyle Mayhew, who's played a ton of minutes here tonight. Mayhew gets to center ice, the University of Denver product, first full season as a pro. Back to Cutler, who's at the Utah blue line. Cutler advances to center ice, and now he skates in. Cutler back to Stapley. Stapley's in the high slot. Stapley, right side, toe drag, righty shot. It's blocked by traffic out in front. Tulsa gets a rebound and carries out to center ice 1-on-2. Oilers get to the offensive line, and Krenkovic dumps it into the near corner. Mayhew skates around his net. As the Oilers made a line change, look like the Grizzlies are filtering some players on and off as well. Mayhew drops it off as Grizz get a right wing pass out to Raby. Raby gains the line, skates towards the near goal line. He gets hit by McKee. Grizz slide it along the near boards as Cutler gets it up top. As somebody off the screen gets it back to Cutler. One-timer, and it goes wide. As it bounces off the glass, Wesley across to Raby at the near goal line. Raby skates back towards Cutler. Now he stops and skates back towards the corner as Raby surveys as he's just dancing around the right side looking for someone to throw it to. Bounced it off the linesman. Now McKee throws down Raby. Raby gets back to his feet. Nathan Burke in the area as Burke trying to locate it. Puck spins to the right point. Yoon back to Burke. Burke all alone on the right side, chips to the goal line, but McKee taps to the corner, chases after it, throws to the right point. Yoon keeps it in. Yoon righty shot, saved by Junka. He holds on with 8:42 left in the third. Well, it looked like Raby was in the corner, held on to it for about 10 seconds. They tried to throw it around to the far side, and looked like it bounced off the linesman and got back towards Raby, and then McKee blasted him to the ice. It's kind of a tough break there. 8:42 left in the third. We don't quite know how much time's left in the power play, as they don't have it on the score bug. As looks like the Grizz are talking things over. Got a little bit of a delay before we get the next face-off. Looks like it's going to be in the Oilers zone near circle. Draw won by Utah. As somebody in the point has it, it's Yoon. He skates to the right circle. Now he gets it back up top. As now Grizzlies left wing shot is blocked. Couldn't tell who that was. I think that was Teixeira. Now puck to the right side. Yoon gets it. Righty shot. And that one's blocked as well. And that one looked like it hurt. As looked like it hit Luka Profaka. Profaka limping back to the bench. Oilers clear it out. Now Oilers skate in. Shot saved by Januzzi. As Kyler Wall backhand shot, and that's blocked in front of Januzzi. Boy, the Oilers had a good look. No way of knowing it until the shot was taken by Wall. Grizzlies re-enter. Aragon as we get a whistle, and looks like the Grizz are offside. 8:03 left in the third. Tulsa leads 2-1. Grizz have a slight edge in the shot count here in the third period. It looks like we're back to 5-on-5 skating. We get a timeout on the ice. We'll return in 1 minute. The score is Tulsa 2, Utah 1 on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverick, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account today.
Expectations here will always remain high, and we'll continue to find a way.
Guys put together a lot of good games, you know.
Oilers lead 2-1. Grizz have a 7-4 shot edge here in the third period. Attendance at BOK Center, 4,968. 4968 over at BOK Center. Dante Januzzi snapped 23 of 25. Julian Junka snapped 25 of 26 for Tulsa. Grizz win the neutral zone draw. They skate to the left circle, and Tulsa took it away. Oilers left it high into the air, and Januzzi raises his left arm, and looks like icing's waved off, though, as Stone got blasted as he throws it from one side to the other. Now the Oilers' far goal line started out in front. Shot and a score! Oilers get some insurance as Keyshawn Gervais with a fired-up goal celebration as he has made it a 3-1 game. Gervais gets his 4th of the year as Oilers had it in the far goal line. It bounced off a Grizzlies stick, and then Gervais cutting in from the right side angle left, and he just put it away. Stick side over Januzzi. 7:40 left in the third, and the Grizz are down 2. You start to wonder if that third game in less than 48 hours, with a lot of players, especially among the top 10 on the roster, playing a lot of minutes, if it's catching up to Utah. As the Grizz still looking for their first road victory of the season. Tulsa's got a 2-goal lead. As the Oiler fans are going nuts here. Draw at center ice. Grizz skate from left to right here in the third period. As the draw won by Tulsa. Oilers get it to Mike McKee. Left side, he gains center ice, and he'll wrap it in. Looked like he actually took a shot that Januzzi made the save on. It looked like kind of a typical dumping it in moment, but McKee looked like he fired a shot, and Januzzi gloved it and held on. 7 minutes, 30 seconds left in the third, as one of the linesmen and Januzzi talked things over. Not quite sure what it would be about. Maybe an Oiler got too close to Januzzi for his liking. Draw's going to be in the near circle. Gervais got the goal. Boudreau and Jimmy Lodge picked up the assists. 12-20 into the third period. Right side, Oilers win the draw. They bounce it in. Carson Vogt, 2-on-2 battle. Krinkovic in the area as well. As the Oilers, left side, get to Farron. He feeds it to the right side. Oilers back to the left. The puck exits the zone. Oilers throw it back in. Josh Wesley ahead to center ice, and pass looks like it went wide of the mark. And when I say the puck's been off the screen as much as it's been on, it's not an exaggeration. As Hilderman, and that's how I'm trying to call the game. Oilers cross center ice. Krinkovic gains the line, swings and misses as Cutler on the back check took the puck away. He clears it out, and looks like the puck deflected out of play. 6:45 left in the third. Oilers lead 3-1. And it's really been a balanced attack for the Oilers. It hasn't just been one guy that's beaten them. It's been everybody up and down the lineup. Boudreau had 2 assists last night, and he picks up an assist here in the third period. Keyshawn Gervais, a guy that's just a hardworking forward, not very big, but he's got good speed and continues to, challenge defense with this speed. Grizzlies win the draw. They throw it out to center ice. It's 3-1 Oilers. As now the Grizz have it. Yoon gets to neutral ice, left wing pass, Grizz cross center. As they move it ahead towards Stapley, it bounced off an Oilers stick as Dante Sheriff back in his own end. Shots are even at 26 apiece as Sheriff gets his stick lifted and he loses the puck. Gallant skates to the right circle, righty shot, tapped off an Oilers stick and flies out of play. 6:19 left in the third. It's the Oilers 3 and the Grizzlies 1. As both teams make a change, Brian Yoon on the ice. He's got a point and 2 straight coming into play tonight. Well, if you played the Tulsa Oilers raffle, look on the screen there on Flow Sports. There's the winning numbers. Draw's going to be in the Tulsa zone. Grizz this week, we're wearing the black jerseys, white numbers, professional green trim. Off the draw, Grizz shot, saved by Junka. He holds on. And unfortunately, we didn't get to see who took that shot. It was from off the screen. We're starting to laugh because if not, then we'll start to cry. This isn't some fun little hobby for me. I'm trying to make a living, and half the shots have been from guys who have been off the screen. Oilers win the draw as they move it out to center ice. Now it's in Grizzlies territory. Teixeira moves it ahead. It bounced off an Oilers stick. It goes deep in the Oilers zone. Tulsa skates around their net as they get it back to Luka Profaka. Up ahead to center ice. It bounced off a Grizzly. Goes to Tulsa. 2-on-2. They carry it into the zone. Far side. Oilers now around the net. As taking the shot is Lodge, and it goes wide. Lodge gets it back. He feeds it to the left point. Tulsa, shot, glove save by Januzzi. 5:43 left in the third. As Tulsa now has a slight edge in the shot count. It's 3-1 Tulsa. I think there's a timeout. We'll find out how this one ends. I don't know. Looks like we'll keep it here, as a lot of teams will take an under 6 media timeout, but it looks like we'll keep playing. 5:43 left in the third. As draws give me the near circle. And it's won by Carson Vogt and the Oilers. Now left wing shot is blocked. Grizz will clear it out to center. Utah crosses center now. Berg gains the line. Berg gets around an Oiler, skates in, shot saved by Junka as Berg got pretty close to the Tulsa netminder as the Oilers come back with it. Oilers skate to the left circle. Lefty shot is blocked away by Wesley, and it goes out of play. 5:21 left in the third. Now there's a timeout. We'll come back in 1 minute and find out how this one ends together as Tulsa leads Utah 3-1 on the Grizzlies Hockey Network. Tulsa leads 3-1 as it was a 2-1 game heading into the third period. Grizz have had some chances. 8 shots here so far in the third period. Utah looks like Tulsa's got a 28-27 edge in shots. Dante Januzzi has saved 25 of 28. Junka has saved 26 of 27. Puck goes back to center ice off the face-off as Sheriff dumps it back in. As Januzzi behind his net. Turnover as Tulsa skates in, shot and a score. That's Tyler Poulsen as Januzzi tried to move the puck from behind his net towards the near wing boards. Poulsen took it away from him and fired away on an empty net. Januzzi tried to recover, but it's now 4-1. And it looks like, once again, a tough weekend for the Grizz. As Januzzi, he tried to throw it towards the far side. It bounced off an Oiler, and then Poulsen, puck bounced off his knee, and then he regathered it right in front of the crease to score Tulsa's 4th goal. 5:08 left in the third period, and this baby's in the refrigerator as the Oilers have a 3-goal lead. Grizz win the draw. They skate from left to right here 3/4 of the way through the third period. Utah dumps it in, and Junka moves it ahead to Poulsen, who taps it off the glass. Bouncing puck goes to Stone. He feeds it to the far side. Semick will slide it ahead, and now it goes back to Semick. Semick in the Grizzly zone, far circle. And he moves it ahead. Looks like the pass went incomplete, but it goes deep in the Oilers zone. Tulsa gathers it, 4:36 and counting left in the third. Ahead to Sheriff, who lifts it in, bounces on one hop. Januzzi covers up. As Januzzi kind of looking like a shortstop there, as Sheriff got to center ice and then kind of rainbowed it, and it bounced on the ice one time and then was gathered about chest high by Januzzi. 4:32 left in the third. It's 4-1 Oilers. And what's turned out to be a pretty rough weekend for the Grizz. They lost 3-2 in Allen on Friday. Saturday, it was a 6-3 Tulsa victory, and right now it's 4-1. And with 3 games in less than 48 hours, with travel between Friday and Saturday's game, you wonder if the Grizz ran out of gas here in the third. Utah wins the draw. They dump it in. Tulsa chases after it. Tulsa did not play on Friday, so it's just the second game of a back-to-back for them, with both games being at home. Oilers move it ahead. Now the Grizz throw out the center ice. Tulsa gathers it back. Butcher got an assist on the Poulsen goal that was scored 14:52 into the third. Utah out to center ice. Tulsa pokes it back in. Yoon chases after it. Yoon's been good for the Grizzlies as he's a +6 back to Teixeira. That's been a strong defensive unit. Teixeira off the near boards, goes to center ice. Yoon will fire it in. Tulsa chases after it deep in their own zone off the backboard. They slide it along the far wall. Grizz, the left point, keep it in. Across to Wesley, who bounces it off an Oiler as Wesley was trying to fire towards the net. Tulsa clears it out to center, goes to Mayhew, back to Wesley at the Utah blue line. Wesley surveys and advances it out to center ice. It goes to Yakura, who taps off the far wing boards. Hilderman gets there in front of a Grizzly. Hilderman gets pushed into the corner as Cutler trying to hack it away. Yakura 2-on-2 battle in the corner. Yakura holding his ground. Time is on the Oilers side, though, with a 3-goal lead. As Yakura, Penner looking nearby, as is Andy Carroll of the Oilers. And the puck's still along the boards. It's been there for a good 20 seconds now. And now Cutler gets it, skates on the far goal line, gets on one knee, drops it off for Wesley. Shot is blocked to traffic out in front. There's about 6 guys in front of the crease. Grizzlies left point shot bounces off a Penner. Now the Oilers throw it out to center ice. Krenkovic gains the line, skates towards the near corner. And now he gets hit by Mayhew as Wesley moves it ahead. And the puck is out of the zone. It lifts high into the air, and it's batted by Kyler Wall. And, it may have hit the big video board at center ice. It looked like it was batted so far in the air. So play is stopped with 2:39 left in the third. Make sure to follow every Grizzlies game on Flow Sports. You're home for ECHL hockey. But remember, if you have a Flow Sports subscription, that means you can get all the other flows. Flow Wrestling, all of them. It's your spot for everything sports. Flow Basketball, you can see some college hoops on Flow Sports. And you obviously can watch every Grizzlies game, and you can watch every game in the ECHL with flowhockey.tv. As Grizz win the draw, they'll carry it out to center ice. They have numbers 4-on-3. They move it ahead. Tulsa will poke it back. Now 2-on-1. Oilers, right circle. Righty shot goes wide. As battle in the corner, Jacob Semick with Poulsen. Poulsen breaks free of Semick. Now Poulsen throws it back to the corner that was vacated. As Dante Sheriff, left point, fires a righty shot that goes wide off the backboard. Now right wing shot goes wide as Tulsa was firing on a tough angle. Sheriff rolls it along the wall. 2:07 left in the third. Grizzlies move it ahead. Tulsa back in the right circle as they lose their balance. Grizzlies will rainbow it out to center ice. Tulsa throws it back in. Januzzi behind his net will give way to a defenseman. I think that's Stone. Stone slides it ahead, left wing, as Grizz cross center. Looks like they dump it in. Martel chases after it. As the Oilers back to the near side, they loft it out to center. It's gloved and dropped, all taken away by Gervais. He skates to the left circle. Gervais feeds it out in front. Raby picks it off. Raby around Utah's net with speed. He might be the fastest of all the Grizzlies. Cole Gallant's pretty fast as well. Raby gets to the blue line. He gets hit. And puck goes back to center ice. Grizzlies regather. Yoon, right wing pass. As it goes in deep to the Oilers zone. As it kicks to the corner. And now the Oilers lift it again to center ice. Puck bounces in Grizzlies territory. Utah crosses center. Yoon dumps it back in. 1:06 and counting left in the third. Oilers lead 4-1. As Tulsa back to the near side as they throw it out to center ice. Picked off by Wesley. Ahead to Messner. He gains the line. Lefty shot. A save by Junka. He holds on with 51 seconds left in the third. As draw is going to be in the Oilers zone. But Tulsa has a 4-1 lead. Well, and if you're watching on Flow Sports, this is the same feed I'm describing the game off of. We're really looking forward to this week being back at Maverick Center for a big 3-game series, starting with Smith's Family Night on Wednesday evening. 7:10 face-off. We hope to see you there. As the Oilers win the face-off, right wing pass to center ice. Oilers gain the line. Grizzlies back defensively. Puck bounced off the Grizzly as Utah will move it out to center ice. Cole Gallant has Utah's lone goal tonight. He scored 5:18 into the second period with Burke and Mayhew getting the assists. 30 seconds left, right wing. As Messner throws to Aragon, he lets it go to the far corner. Berg gets hit. Berg's going to make his home debut on Wednesday if he's in the lineup. He gets up top for Wesley, but the pass is wide of the mark. Wesley chases it down. 16 seconds left, and this was a rough weekend for the Grizzlies. No way to sugarcoat it. They lost 3-2 on Friday, 6-3 on Saturday, and here 4-1 today. Mayhew gains center ice. He'll toss it off the backboard. Hilderman over the corner gets double teamed. He moves it ahead, and that will do it. Tulsa is a 4-1 winner as they win each of the 2 games in the series. Their record goes to 10-6-3 on the year. They now have 23 standings points. The Grizzlies fall to 6-10. They are now 0-6 on the road. The Grizzlies have a winning record at home, and they'll be at BOK Center next week. They take on the Allen Americans for a 3-game series, starting with the Smith family night on Wednesday at 7:10. It'll be a 3-game series with Allen that continues with an AFCU Friday on December 8th. And don't forget the ugly sweater night as well as the teddy bear toss this upcoming Saturday, 6 days from now. And that's going to be a fun series. Johnny Walker makes his return to the Salt Lake Valley. Final score, Tulsa 4, Utah 1. We'll recap the game statistically when we come back, as the Oilers scored 2 in the third, and they outshot the Grizzlies by a small margin. Post-game shows coming up next. Once again, the final score, Tulsa 4, Utah 1 on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to americafirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
Tulsa 4, Utah 1. As we start the post-game report, the thing for the Grizzlies, they've done a good job playing with the lead, but each of the 3 games this weekend, the Grizzlies were looking to play catch-up as they were down by 2 goals at one point in each of the 3 games. Tulsa scored first again tonight. They are now 6-0-2 when scoring first. Doogie Legron on the power play, 8-10 in. Tyler Polson and Dante Sheriff with the assists. Tulsa ended up scoring a shorthanded goal, 14:44 in. Kyle Krenkovic fed it to Jackson Weeb. Weeb scored from the right side as it bounced off of Januzzi, and it was one of those things that kind of looked like it was in slow motion, as it looked like Januzzi had held on to it for a little bit, and then the puck just kind of slowly slid past the goal line as Januzzi was on his backside trying to recover. A Grizzly player trying to get a stick, there near the goal line to try to get it before it crossed the goal line, but it was just too late. And Tulsa took a 2-0 lead, 14:44 into the first. Oilers led 2-0 after one period. They outshot the Grizzlies 12-8. The Grizzlies got on the board. They scored the only tally in the second period. Cole Gallant got his third of the year as he scored from the left side. It was really a beautiful play where it looked like Mayhew was down the middle. He slid it to the right circle for Burke, and then Burke found Gallant all alone on the left side, and Gallant fired away for his third of the year. Burke picks up his 5th assist of the year. He now has 10 points, 5 goals and 5 assists. And Kyle Mayhew also picking up his 5th assist of the season. Mayhew leads the Grizzlies defensemen he leads all Grizzlies defensemen with 9 points this season, 4 goals and 5 assists. At that point, it felt like the Grizzlies had some momentum. 2-1 after 2 periods. The Grizzlies outshot the Oilers 11-9 in the second period. It felt like their first half of the third period, Grizzlies had some good looks. Cutler had a decent amount of looks there from the right circle. Looked like Raby was active and he had some shots. The number one star is Julian Junka, the Tulsa goaltender, and I guess that's kind of I guess the person that picked that, who was in the arena, probably noticed the performance he had, as he was outstanding tonight, and he stopped 27 of 28. When the score is 2-1, Tulsa ended up scoring 12-20 into the third period. Keyshawn Gervais got his 4th of the year, Boudreau, and Jimmy Lodge with the assists. Then a couple minutes later, looked like Januzzi was playing the puck behind his net, and he just tried to spin it along the boards toward the far side. Well, it bounced off a Butcher and then went to Tyler Polson. It kicked off of Polson's leg, lifted in the air. It bounced in front of the crease, and then Polson was able to slide it in the back of the net before Januzzi was able to get back in front to stop it. That made it a 4-1 game, 14:52 into the third. And really the interesting thing for Tulsa is, Polson had 1 goal and 1 assist, but it was a very balanced attack. And it probably had to be, since Eddie Matsushima was a late scratch in the Oilers lineup. It was 1 goal from 4 different players. Didn't look like anybody had more than 1 assist for Tulsa. Kind of like last night's game, where it was a very balanced attack. Everybody contributed to their victory. And, once again, just about everybody played a good game for the Oilers. They won 4-1. It looks like the Oilers, who finished in last place in the Mountain Division, and we even saw it the first weekend of the season. Even though the Grizzlies won both games there to start the regular year, we could see that Tulsa was an improved hockey club, and it looks like they've now got a standing point in 9 of their last 11 games, and it looks like the Oilers are playing pretty good hockey. As for the Grizzlies, I guess it's back to the drawing board. It's hard to really say because every game's kind of taken on a life of its own. It's really hard to say. I don't want to, make too much of an analysis on it because, unfortunately, the puck was off the screen as much as it was on, and it was really hard to get kind of a feel as to how the flow of the game was going. But it just seemed like the Grizzlies, it kind of goes in spurts. The Grizzlies have stretches where they offensively, it looks like they're really clicking. They can get 4 or 5 shots there in a short amount of time. But then there's other stretches where it seems like the Grizzlies find a tough time getting that good scoring chance. It's hard to really put a finger on it. It just hasn't been clicking right now, especially on the road. Utah's now 0-6 on the road this season. And, they're playing teams that, last season either missed the playoffs or, in the case of Allen on Friday night, a team that's been struggling to find the win column. So for Utah, I think it's, they'll probably travel tomorrow, get a practice in on Tuesday. And I think you'd like to see the Grizzlies play the way they did the first 2 games against Newfoundland. And I think the kind of the disappointing thing about how this season has started for Utah is we're about a quarter of the way through the year. Is the fact that I think we all know the Grizzlies are capable of being a really good team. We were talking it up before the season. The Grizzlies with their strong defensive unit. And the Grizzlies have had some injuries, and Gianni Fairbrother got called up. Grizzlies are missing Dylan Fitz. I mean, he really is a key forward and does a lot of big things for the Grizzlies. Some of it doesn't get seen as it's away from the play. But I think the Grizzlies do miss kind of the all-around ability of Dylan Fitz, who plays a strong 2-way game. But I think that's kind of what makes a weekend like this tough. Is I think we know the Grizzlies are capable of being a pretty good team, and we'll see if it starts on Wednesday night against the Allen Americans. That's certainly going to be an interesting set as Johnny Walker makes his return to Utah. We'll also see former Grizzlies defenseman Chris Malari and Eric Williams. Allen's a team that can score goals. They've had a tough time. They've allowed about 5 per game this year, but they've done a good job offensively, and the Grizzlies are going to need to put out a good effort if they want to get some standings points later this week at BOK Center. The 3 stars of the game once again. I don't think I've actually mentioned the 3 stars yet. Dougie Legrone is the number 3 star. He had 1 goal and was a +2. He had 2 shots. Legrone, I guess you wouldn't say he's a former Grizzly. He played in 1 game with Utah at the start of his pro career in the 2019-20, or it was actually the 2018-2019 season. I think the game was actually played in Allen. Legrone, who I believe is a native of Texas. He's actually from Plano, Texas, around that area. He played in 1 game with Utah in the 2018-2019 season. It was in Allen, and then he ended up playing 2 games with Allen later that year. Spent a couple years. He spent 1 year overseas and then another year in the SPHL. And after playing last season with the Nottingham Panthers, Legrone is back in the States, and he's done a good job for the Oilers. And he got his first goal of the season. That was the power play goal, 8-10 into the first period. He scored from the right wing. Tyler Polson with 1 goal and 1 assist. He had 4 shots. Polson, when he was a member of Rapid City a handful of years ago, used to give the Grizzlies fits with his speed and his ability to just play a 2-way game. And, for his speed, he utilizes it pretty well. And Tyler Polson got going tonight. 1 goal and 1 assist. He scored the Oilers' 4th goal. His assist came on the Dougie Legrone power play goal, which was the first of the night. The goaltender, Julien Junca, is the number 1 star. He's a native of France, 25 years old. He stopped 27 of 28. Oilers won the special teams battle. They were 1 for 2 on the power play. Utah was 0 for 3. And remember, Tulsa's 2nd goal was shorthanded. Turned out to be the game winner, scored by Jackson Weeb on a pass from Kyle Krenkovic. So Tulsa's a 4-1 winner. Time of game, 2 hours and 13 minutes. And, I like to have a really descriptive. It's a tough word to say, but I'm a little bit flustered right now, so it's okay. I like to have a pretty descriptive flow of the game, and unfortunately, the camera angles were not up to snuff. And so I apologize if you're listening on YouTube trying to get a description of the game, and I was spending too much time trying to figure out where the puck was. And it's kind of frustrating to me because, this isn't some fun little hobby. I'm trying to make a living, and it's just kind of tough. When you can't really see the action as well as you'd like. But we'll be back at Maverick Center this upcoming Wednesday for the start of a 3-game series. I promise we'll make it up to you, and we'll have a pretty good description of Wednesday night's game. Pre-game coverage will begin at 6:50, face-off at 7:10 here in the Mountain Time Zone as the Allen Americans will be in town for the first time this season. Wednesday's game will be the second of 7 meetings this year between the clubs. Utah will face Tulsa 10 times this year. They've met 4 times each. Utah's won 2, both of them at Maverick Center. And obviously the last 2 days, Tulsa has defeated the Grizz. Game lasted 2 hours and 13 minutes. Crowd was 4,968 over at BOK Center. Well, that'll wrap things up as I'm hanging out at the Grizz Cave right next to the Grizzlies team store. And, Cole Gallant got his 3rd goal of the year. Burke and Mayhew picked up assists. But it was all Oilers as they win 4-1. Utah lost all 3 games in the Central Time Zone this weekend. So Utah will look to bounce back on Wednesday night. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast, but not necessarily the final outcome. I'm Tyson Whiting, and it is what it is. We'll talk to you on Wednesday night, 6:50 pregame show, right here on the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network, presented by Rio Tinto Kennecott.